Hola, hola. Hey, dude, can we be honest? All right, can we talk about the fucking visual difference of how good I look compared to this camera and then the other camera? It's unbelievable. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna interview a guy. We're gonna have a conversation, and it might be very real. It might be very honest, and it's not like on purpose or anything. But I wasn't feeling good today. A brother can just feel bad once in a while, and I was feeling bad. And then I hopped on the camera, and I was like, "Damn, bro, fuck. What is there to feel bad about?" Anyway, okay. So shout out to anyone who actually got to saw that. If they clicked on the live stream again, and it doesn't get membered only. But here we go. I'm going to do the generic thing I always do, which is pretty much open the live stream, send the live stream to everyone, aka on Discord. And then actually, speaking of which, I also gotta ask the guy to see if he wants to start the interview early, because I'll be honest, I'm not in the mood to stall. Only reason why I'm not walking on the treadmill today is just because my legs are tired. My legs are tired. I went to the gym. Okay, I normally don't ever hit legs just because my legs are already beefy enough. But I was thinking about it. Okay, fuck me. Thinking about it, there wasn't much thought that was had. I was pretty much just thinking, okay, I want to go to the gym. I pretty much worked out all the muscles I have. Anti-Semitic Rambo, how am I doing? Not good, bro. That video, it's a good video. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm making no money off of the video. And if I'm making no fucking money, then what's the fucking point? Like, I'm not even kidding. Like genuinely, what is the point? If I'm not making money off of the video, then what is the point? At the very least, it's not demonetized, but that's not even awesome or anything. I'm just demonetized. It's not fun. It is not fun. It's honestly extremely demoralizing. Laughing my ass off, bro. Just did, to speak truth, respect, laughing my ass off. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'll be honest, I probably could have thought it through. Maybe I could have censored a few things like words. But yo, you a GDF fan? What the fuck? No, I'm not. I'm not a GDF fan. I'm not a fan of like many things. I think the only thing I'm an actual fan of is like Kanye West, and yeah, I not much. I'm not a fan of many things. Okay, I'm quite the simple guy. Now we're going to interview a YouTuber. So I think I've interviewed him like 2 times already, but I was actually never able to make a real video out of it just because we keep on getting interrupted. So this time we're not going to get interrupted. Oh, didn't you use his clips in your Israel vid? I did. That doesn't mean I'm a fan of him. You know what I mean? Like, I use Hamza and like Moist Critical in my videos as well. I'm not fans of them. You feel me? Okay, so let's see. Yo, let's message this guy's like, yo, want to do the interview early? Question mark. Okay, there we go. But before we even do that, here's all of this. It's fine. I really hope he says yes. It's fine if he says no, but that means I'm just gonna have to sit here and just like really contemplate. I'm really gonna have to sit here, contemplate, and think like, shit, what am I going to do within this time? Yeah, I got you, but he's low-key niche, so I was just wondering. Love the vids though. Keep the opinionated content going. Thank you, man. What does opinionated content even mean? Like, I actually don't know, because isn't all videos opinions? Okay, actually, by the way, GDF, okay? GDF. So this guy, all he does is make videos about Israel. And like, here's the thing. It's not what I believe in, okay? I believe in characters. I believe in human beings. I believe in morals. And like, morally, with all the research I did, with all the videos I watched, it's not a good habit to like really delve too deep into it, right? If you listen to the ending of the video, bro's printing money, low-key, I can't lie. This guy, yeah, I mean, printing money in like a third world country, yes. A full-time job at McDonald's, no. You know what I mean? So here's the truth. I think we're getting into like a real conversation depending on the guy we talk to, because he recently made a new video. I'm going to open up that video right now where it talks about him after, what's it called? What's his name called? Noth. Okay, I know the name. But the video is, this is life after high school as Gen Z. So the video is just pretty much him and his life, and maybe about regrets, a little bit of pessimism about the world. And I said, okay, perfect. I actually want to talk about this because I'm low-key in the mood to talk about this. So you're going to get a little bit less of, or more vulnerable Rambo, I think. Well, I mean, we'll see. I'll let it flow. Okay. When they mentioned Israel in World War Z, I laughed my ass off. Yeah, I mean, so someone made a good comment. It was in the book. They talked about Israel in the book, but then I just Googled it, and the author was, from Israel. He's like half Jewish or whatever. His dad is Jewish. Get out of my edits. Yo, you're gonna self-promo? All right, hold up. No, okay, well, let's check out your edits. If they're shit, I'm banning you. That quick, simple like that, okay? Self-promo. Okay, they're all shit. Bro, you're a kid. All right, let's check it out though. Great, I'm gonna get copyright too. I'm muting this. Okay, so it's just someone dancing. There's literally no edit going on. All right, I apologize, but I don't support children watching my videos. You're fucking banned, all right? My stuff is a bit too mature for that. Okay, next. So I haven't even finished watching this video, so we're just gonna watch it. We're just gonna watch it. By the way, Queso, right? Look at the camera quality difference. Look at this. Look at this. Look how clear my skin looks. Bro, oh my. All right, let's go.
Just having a normal life outside of high school, after graduation, even after college, even. All my college people, this is what life has been like for me. This is how it's been. Now, I very much could just go to college. It's starting to get hot here because it's Florida. It's not like I just can't. I graduated with a 3.5
This guy's saying Florida?
GPA, so I definitely could have gotten a scholarship of some kind. I graduated with AB honor. A lot of people will just take a gap year and think like, oh, I'll never go back. That's it. Like, I'm taking this gap.
So I do want to talk about this. It's very weird, but recently, if you guys are in the Patreon, I made a video about like guilt and going to the cruise and seeing like disabled old people missing their hands, and they're like just children. And I feel really bad. I feel extremely guilty that they have to live that life, and I live with zero complications. My biggest physical inconvenience is that I hit legs a few days ago and I'm still fucking sore. I realized that it's like a judgmental part of my brain where I instinctively think that I'm better than them, right? Now, like if we make things very specific, objectively, I am, but overall, that doesn't mean I am better. And I realized this because I was watching this and he said like, oh, I had a 3.5 GPA in my head, my judgmental brain that I need to overcome, which I realized I was looking it up. I was looking ChatGPT, my own method where I put in book authors, and they pretty much told me, yo, chill out, bro. All you need to do is enter a different level of consciousness where you are watching yourself think those thoughts and not have any judgment towards it. I only say all of this because that might help people who are at that level of intelligence where I am at as well. And equally, when I was watching this, he's like, oh, 3.5. My head immediately jumped to, that's not much, right? That's my brain.
Even though I know full well I'm never gonna go back, but I think that's wrong because I see a lot of people now. Like it's getting to that point to where I see those same gap year people going back to school now. I think it's more like a boomerang effect, really, that no one talks about. It's that right after high school, it's like I'm gonna take a gap year, even though I know I'm never gonna go back. But you always see that people eventually come back anyways. When it first happens, like you're drifting far away. It's like the idea.
You know what's funny? I think the exact opposite. It's usually people who say I'll go back to college and they never go back after they drop out. Okay, we're definitely thinking of different things, but like that's interesting. It's like this in the US. I wonder what it's like developing and third world countries. What was the context of that comment? I must have been missing something.
Is so far out of reach for you. I don't want to go back to school. But then as reality slowly sets to set in, think, maybe, no, I still don't want to. But then it's slowly.
See, here's the thing. This is so negative. But in my head, it's like, it's real to me because I've been thinking about maybe going back to college. So that's what I wanted to talk about with this live stream and with the kid. Or, I mean, dude, I think we're the same age.
Really starts setting in, and then the realization comes back, and then a lot of people just go back to school. I know if I did go to school, I could have probably been close to graduating by now. Now, do I regret not going to school? No, because at the end of the day, it was my decision to do this. This was completely my choice.
Good.
No one forced
Zero
me to.
regrets.
If anything, everyone was almost pressuring me to go to school, to go to college, but I didn't want to because I had my own plans that I wanted to.
Bro, Rambo, are school shootings in the US real or over-reported? I'm from Africa. I don't know. I mean, they're real, right? Motherfuckers die to school shootings, but let's be even realer. I'm right here, baby. So from my experience, it's just as much in the news as it is for you, right? So like for me in America, I don't really get scared of like school shootings. And plus, realistically, I think of it from like a stats perspective. If a school shooter shows up, let's say It doesn't even happen, okay? Less than 1% chance. And if they do show up, it's less than a 10% chance I'll be in the vicinity. And if they are in front of me, I could make a very insensitive joke. I'd be fucking dodging all the bullets. I'd catch them just like, throw my fucking ninja shurikens because I'm Asian.
Achieve. I wanted to at least give it a shot because you don't want to look back at your younger years when you had like all this
music.
time, you know? Because you always think, oh, I don't have enough time. I can never get this done. I can never accomplish this because I don't have enough time. But then you look back at that time when you thought that and you realize you had all the time in the world. You were just too scared to make the first move. That's what I'm doing now, mainly out of fear because I'm scared of looking back in time and thinking, what could I have been if I tried?
Here's the thing, right? Rambo loves psychology, character analysis. I don't know if he means this. I think he's just repeating something he's heard before because I've heard something like this very similar before, but it just could be, I could be wrong.
More. Check it out. Look what I got. Oh yeah, they should sponsor.
I've seen this. Wait a second. I've seen this part.
I know, my skin is all cut up right now.
Bro, your skin's better than mine.
Very few times do you see people who just don't want to do anything with their lives. Everyone wants to be something. Everyone works their job and they just think, I know I'm worth more than that.
Here's the thing, okay? I know it's bad, but the real answer is you shouldn't want to be something or someone. That's where you find real enlightenment. I'm not one to talk,
I know I can achieve more. And I'm not saying that you can't achieve that, because you absolutely can. But what I'm saying is, it takes time. Some things take more time than others. I thought I would have had a lot more success in a lot of other areas of my life by now, but it hasn't happened yet. You just gotta realize that you're young. Most of you watching this are probably young. It's just someone older looking at me, just like, wow. Look at this loser. This is what life after high school and Gen Z is like, wow. It's the same as what it's always been.
I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you what. Me and my YouTuber brain, I'm very glad that this video is doing good. You know what I mean? Like 500 views, 6 hours, my favorite Mexican. No fucking way, yo. People are liking this. Okay, I'm liking that too.
The ability to leave. See, it's like I could move out, but I would have to be with roommates. And respectfully, if I'm gonna move out of my parents' house, I don't want roommates. That's just me. It's just my personal preference. I've been seeing so many comments from you guys that do live on your own. And you guys are just reinforcing it even more, telling me how it's the greatest thing ever. Having no roommates is so awesome. And I want that too, but I just can't afford it.
Okay, well, don't fucking tease me. What's the Kanye quote, please? And more importantly, they will never be you. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a quote in their head. I think my favorite quote would be something like, you can't fill an empty cup. Add cool guy 4443454 and 4 interview. I remember that guy. Yeah, I remember that guy. No, I'm not no, I'm not adding that guy to the interview. That guy's a loser. No, so like if you guys don't know, I'll give everyone a little bit of context. Pretty much I made a video because there's a lot of fake people on the internet, right? And I called it, right? There's this guy glazing me and he wanted me to review his video, and I just called the bullshit. Like I can read bullshit very easily. I read it and I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm being rude as fuck. And then I was rude, and then obviously he switched up immediately. That guy's not a fan. He's a fan of the numbers. He's a fan of a clout. And if he was a hot girl, he'd be getting fucked and dicked down by really rich people because he only cares about the money, right? So, you know, I showed his true colors. He got very butthurt, and yeah, that's it.
Most of Gen Z can't afford it because it's too expensive. It's so expensive now. So how do we fix this? How do you do it? Make more money.
Change camera.
That's how it is. It's that minimum wage jobs are not going to cut it anymore. They just don't work. So in order...
This is like a big rant. Oh, I remember it's that one time you were complaining about Discord. Was it the black dude who kept talking about himself in commentary vids? Yeah. Like he asked for advice. And by the way, I did give him advice. I just didn't say it in a nice way, right? But if you really wanted advice, you would take the advice. You know what I mean? So yeah, I that was a long time ago. And you know, just think about it from like an actual perspective where if you actually care about YouTube, you would realize that during our beef till now, was the hot girl analogy needed? No, it was not. It was just a way to put him down, right? Just let him know that he's a bitch that only cares about like numbers, just like women and gold diggers. By the way, you know, I love a nice argument. I love like trash talking, I guess. But what was I gonna say? I definitely forgot. Yeah. I mean, I haven't checked on him in a while, but I'm bigger than him, right? And like that just shows you. Obviously, numbers is not a lot. I'm talking about like the growth since till now. I've grown from that. He's exactly the same. So like it shows where like actual aligned goals are at. Where I was serious about it, he was not. He just wanted clout.
For us to live normal lives, we need to make more money than our parents did. Which, you know, is a normal thing. It's a normal thing to want to make more money than your parents, but now it's literally a necessity.
Is this too fast for everyone?
Gen Z has
1.25 is
less
fine.
purchasing power than the previous.
Here's the truth. When he got to this, I was like, I want to talk to this guy because, like, does it matter? Honestly, does it matter? Not really, okay? Because, like, damn, subtle flex. It's not a subtle flex. It's not a subtle flex. Not at all. And here's the thing. I'm not even, like, a big YouTuber. Look at this, bro. I'm fucking talking to 8 fucking people in chat. So it's like, it's not a flex at all. I'm just talking about goals, right? Like, everyone has met someone in school where they're seem to be ambitious about something, and then after months, you check up on them. How's that goal going along? How's it going? Oh yeah, you know, I'm still getting to it, bro. It's on the way. It's on the way. They never actually start. So they weren't actually serious about it. All they wanted to do was brag and flex about how ambitious they are. Okay, cool. That's fine. Doesn't matter. But like, you showed your true colors. You were given the time to actually work with what you wanted, and nothing happened. You know, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. And numbers is in the context of what we're talking about.
Generations. I say as I'm passing some luxury apartments, and that sucks. It feels like we were screwed over. It feels like.
Okay, hold up. Let me make sure. Oh, he responded. Sorry, I was in the shower. I don't think I'll be ready, but no! What the fuck? Oh no, he made me start the, oh no, that was the worst case scenario. What the fuck? Okay. Oh shit. No! What time do you think you'll be ready? I'll tell you what. Good thing I'm not on the treadmill, bro. My legs would have not kept up. Holy fuck. Thank God.
My generation just wasn't given the chance to grow up properly. So that's what you see a lot of now. Is that a lot of us guys, a lot of people, they can't live that normal life that they crave so much. Even me. Is that you have to do a lot more now to really qualify yourself, I guess you could say. It's that the same things that used to work, it's just not going to cut it anymore. Like, inflation is on the rise.
Oh shit, my alarm's going off. Oh, my bad. Give me a second, everyone. So this is a little bit irrelevant, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise for the people that need it. The reason why I have an alarm going off 24/7 is quite simple. It's because it helps me be conscious. Also, my cousin texted me something. He says, you know what? I'm trying. Okay, so okay, so my rich cousin, all right, maybe I won't leak his name, so I won't show it, but I recommended him to take electrolytes because this guy, he works out a lot, he sweats a lot. I'm like, you get headaches, you feel dehydrated, water's not gonna cut it, bro. Take some electrolytes. And this is coming from like a runner. I told him to do it. He did it. And then once he started taking the electrolytes, and then, you know, once everything started working out well, where he used to dry scoop, I'm like, why the fuck are you dry scooping? They taste good. He's like, oh yeah, he just sent me a message like, oh yeah, it's so good. I'm like, yeah, I thought so, bro.
It's not as bad as what it used to be, thank God, but it's still there nonetheless. Like, things are more expensive. Even this drink was $2.49, which is actually on the cheaper end, because normally it goes for like $3.49 at every other place. But I got it at Walmart, and it's not cold, so that's also like contributing to it. It's that life is more or less just turned into a game. You can study harder to get these higher paying jobs, but that's even if they even hire.
Here's the thing. I'm really trying to hammer down the theme of this video, right? And here's the thing. There's no, like, there's many ways you could perceive things. I think people forget about that because you could perceive this live stream in a certain way and you'll find the answer to it, right? People join the live stream, they'll view me as like a good guy and they'll only find the good aspects of who I am. The same thing applies to like the negative, and I could view this not in like good or bad, but I'm trying to view this as him as a person or this as a video. So I'm trying to find like the theme of the video and then also what he means and where his head is at, because I'm gonna talk to him real soon.
You now. Because that's the thing with the job market, is that it's just so screwed up now. So we need to do a lot more just to prove ourselves. And there's so many more people now that just lack those same skills that previous generations just didn't seem to really struggle.
So here's the thing, okay? He's like a victim in this video, I'm not gonna lie. And my question is, I don't think he realizes he has his own skill set that other fuckers could not compete with. Because, like, think about it, okay? If I was a marketing major, and let's say I am not Rambo, I'm just a generic NPC loser, I'm looking at this like, fuck, yo. This guy has 25,000, we're rounding up, this guy has 25,000 subscribers, and how am I supposed to compete with this guy, bro? This guy's a tryhard. And he's talking about other tryhards when he himself could be considered a tryhard. It's like, it's perspective. And I think that's like very important to have. My opinion. My opinion. Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real.
With at all, especially getting a job now. Like, I'm lucky that I have a job now. The only reason I have a job.
What if my skill set was gooning? Joking, obviously. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Here's the thing. Like, there is such like because people know gooning goes deep. It goes deep as shit. And I'm just thinking, what if there was like a very motivated gooner, right? Someone who just wants to take over the world. So he just like goes crazy with like new inventive technologies on how to goon better. You know, I think about that, but then you realize, well, they're not going to do that. They're just going to spend their time gooning, which is, I don't know. I mean, by the way, I don't put much thought into it, but I did put thought into like the whole marketing analogy. What plans do you have after YouTube, if you have any? Good question. I don't have any plans after YouTube, right? YouTube's like a long-term game. It's like building a brand is a long-term game. It's like, at what level do I want it to be at? Because if you look at Logan Paul, you look at Joe Rogan, you look at Moist Critical, they've been on the internet for decades, like a decade and a half. And with this channel, I'm like 2-3 years in. I'm not even close to it yet, right? So if we think about things in a decade perspective, then honestly, realistically as well, do you think they're going to stop, right? Do you think Joe Rogan's going to stop with the podcasting? No, he's not, because he likes doing it. You don't do something for 20 years unless you're a goddamn NPC slave or you love it. So there's no plans after YouTube. Like, what am I going to do with my YouTube life? Well, I'm just going to like document things where I can make money doing things I like. That's the idea. That's why I was considering going back to college, because like I realize this is a long-term game. This is going to take very long, and I don't really want to fall deep into the get views quick scheme where I'm making generic Mr. Beast videos. I could, but I don't think I should do that just because I don't want to, right? I think it's very important to like craft my own style, but that takes time. Okay, Playboy.
Job is because I know people that work there, but you know, anywhere else it's a lot more difficult. Like, you got to go through a whole different type of process, especially, you know, with Indeed and everything. Yeah, it's helped.
What am I gonna study though? Yeah, so this is what I thought about, right? I might as well just do marketing, because I was an MIS major, which is managerial information systems. So it'd be like database and code, which is like where the money's at. And you know, I got good grades, all that generic stuff, but realistically, I don't think I'd like doing that. Imagine my work-life schedule, okay? Let's say I get a good job, which I probably will, wake up, 9 hours on the desk, and then I have to go home and then sit on the desk again and make YouTube videos. That's just not gonna work out. But marketing, it depends on like what the role is, but it's much more physical and movement. And also I have a lot of experience in marketing, right? It's not just this channel, but I also have an account that made like thousands of dollars for my mom and her store. So it's like, it's levels to this. So if I had to, it'd be marketing.
People find jobs. This guy's got to back up because they're almost in the middle of the dang road on the turning lane. Whatever. Just
God damn it, bro. God damn it, bro. That guy's on the fucking lane, bro. I feel that. I feel that.
Is that we have to do a lot more to get the same things that used to be so readily available for everyone else. You were able to get by on $2,000 a month. 20, 30 years ago, $2,000 a month was...
Here's the thing. He's talking about the past. The message in your videos are really awesome. You're an eye-opener, and you think you are extremely... And I think I am extremely underrated. I think the only thing you need to improve on is the delivery of the message itself. I think. Yeah, no, I agree. Sometimes I'm not perfect, okay? Most of the time I am, but sometimes when I'm not, I get really deep into it where, you know, there's different types of me. There's like streamer Rambo, there's YouTuber Rambo, there's like boyfriend Rambo, there's son Rambo, and there's also rage bait Rambo. Rage bait Rambo is really good at his job. Like, I'm really good at rage baiting if I need to do it. Because if you guys were there for like me interviewing that high schooler kid, I was able to get to the root problem of his entire life in the span of an hour, okay? And the same thing applies, so I can get to the root problem of what annoys someone and just like push the bear. So that also applies to like a large scale. You're sometimes like that conspiracy theory meme of that white guy. Maybe. Rambo, do you think rags to riches stories would still be possible now? It's more possible than ever. It's more possible than ever with the internet, right? Because, for example, imagine trying to become rich back, like this guy, right? He doesn't understand it, but you are privileged today. There are bad things, and that's the only thing he's focusing on. But if I was 50 years ago, the only way to get rich is not start a fucking YouTube channel or hop on radio. That itself requires a lot of nepotism. What I need to do long term is I need to open up a brick and mortar store. After I open up a fucking store, getting money from the bank, it requires a lot of capital. I need to have a good business, and then after a business, good product, all that kind of stuff. You can absolutely skip everything because of the internet. You don't have to get a store. You don't have to have a good product. Like, a lot of things is superseded by the internet, and people are just like, you know, victims, which is, you know, their thing.
Good. Like, you were chill. Now, $2,000 a month is like you're broke. Like, you can't do anything on that. The average income in 1990,
Yeah, I mean, here we go.
I think was around like.
Get me up to speed on what's going on. Nothing much, internet. Pretty much, I'm gonna interview him because I'm looking back to uploading the podcast and everything I've created. But I realized when I interviewed him, you hopped in the interview, so I couldn't like finish it. So this time I'm just going to do a fresh one, and I don't know. I'm watching his most recent video to like catch up on where he's at mentally, and yeah, we're just gonna have fun with the conversation.
20 something thousand. The average income now, they say, is like 60 something thousand, but I think that's just wrong. That's just not true. Like, I see so many people struggling. I see so many more people struggling now than there ever has been. You see so many homeless people.
Okay, again, like let's be honest. It's like by how much you focus on it, right. Like, I think statistically, there's like less homeless people. If you look at like a 5-year span, probably up and down, but overall, quality of life is way better. Yeah, it's like if you're constantly looking for a red car, you'll notice a lot of red cars.
Bro,
it's like that idea.
On the area and where you're at, but there's so much more homeless people. Even the area I'm passing by right now, there's like an area right here that is known for just housing a bunch of homeless people, and it's not even housing; it's a freaking forest. Forest right there. Don't fall again. Don't do that. Stay. The fourth time fell on me. The point I'm trying to make is that life really isn't as much as like negative I talk about on my channel regularly. It's not all negative.
That's good. That's good.
Ways to get
See, this is the problem. I don't even remember if I asked Internet Anarchist about it, but it's like if you're making a lot of videos about negative topics, that's the only thing you're going to notice, and I think it's very easy to like fall into the trap of being negative. Right, so that's something I'm constantly trying to be aware of. That's why I keep on going on cruises. I went on 2, but so I keep on going into it because sometimes like you get really sucked into that hole very easily.
Higher paying jobs without going to college. You can go to trade school. That's still a big one that I see a lot. You can try making money online just like me. Stop! And I'm gonna go home and do even more work. It's not, I go to work, I do work, and I come home and do even more work. It's almost like I'm just living at school again. I would do work at school, I come home and do even more work because it was just homework. Or I would just procrastinate because I didn't want to.
Okay, we're switching to voiceover since my camera wouldn't stop falling. But the point I was trying to make was the common conception for how you should live your life after high school is that you need to go to college, or else you're just seen as stupid by most people's standards.
Okay,
you're doomed
true.
to live a struggling lifestyle. Sure, that may have been the case 20 to 30 years ago.
But by the way, I think that only applies. I think that only applies if you are in school or if you're failing, right? If you're a failure, then yeah, that is constantly in your head. But if you made a little bit of success, no one's gonna bat an eye. That's the truth.
But as everyone can tell, times have changed. Things are just not the same as how they used to be. The job market is different. The housing market is inflated. And everyone in Gen Z is freaking out because of the one path that everyone told us
Bro, I use Wojax in my vid. What are you talking about?
to take just doesn't work for most people anymore. Studying to get a degree for a job they're just gonna hate anyways.
I go here for computer science.
What? Yo, this guy made a fucking video. He did IRL stuff? Yo, this guy definitely put effort into this, bro. It looked like one of those where it's just like impromptu. Yo, what the fuck? Who recorded this, by the way? Did he get like his boy? Is there just like a giant tripod in the middle? By the way, he looks like dude, Nath is definitely watching this, but what's the body type I thought of? Like a mom. You know what I mean?
Even though the job market
is
very good.
I mean, get that bag. I'm not gonna judge you for that one.
Because that's what everyone told
Like how far it is too. Dude, oh, that was like 7 months ago? Oh, wait, what do you mean? This whole video or like that recording?
I go here for
Nath, are you ready for the interview? Are you ready for the... Actually, let me finish this. I'm gonna finish this video, actually. I want a full idea of like where your head is at.
I'm here for of money, even though the job market
I
isn't
mean,
very good.
get that bag. I'm not gonna judge you for that one.
Because that's what everyone told us to do.
Okay, you're
and you're
good.
seen as an idiot for not following along. I'll have conversations with people, and they will ask me, so
Hello.
what are you studying in? Because I'm young, and they just assume that I'm in school anyways. Because that's
Yeah,
what everyone
same,
does.
same.
And when I tell them I'm not in school, they always give me that look of, oh, you're screwed then. This guy's an idiot. So by all accounts, I should
Whoa, wait. Okay, hold up. We're hopping in with that question right now. Like, what's your response, bro? What do you say back?
be completely...
Because like for me, it's entirely different. Sometimes I gas myself up too much. People are like, oh wow, you're by yourself. You're an entrepreneur. You're doing YouTube. That's awesome. I'm like, yeah. Correct. I am that.
dirt broke, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to college. I'm working a job that doesn't really allow for me to move up much in terms of pay. But in reality, I'm doing just fine for myself. I have two different income sources. That
Gotta stop giving a fuck about what people think. Yeah,
being
100%.
my normal job and YouTube. Look, I can even regularly buy stuff like this and not even think
Nice.
about it making a dent in my bank account.
That's true. I did buy a switchy switch.
Now, I'm not
Yeah.
rich by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm also not broke either. I'm doing just fine.
I understand that I'll be where I want to be someday. I just got to keep on working.
Even without YouTube, I was still able to do that just fine. I even have money that I put aside for my future. Yeah, a lot of that is partly because I live with my parents, but honestly, who isn't around this age now? Because times have changed. College is not the only way you can make a living now. There are many different ways you
Okay, boom. Actually, I'll be
Like I
respectful.
said
I'll
earlier,
finish the whole
trade school
video.
is a big one I see a lot. It's cheaper, shorter term, and you can make a respectable living afterwards without it leaving you in crippling debt. Another one I see
Sure,
is certifications, like tech, for example. There are many different courses you can take online for tech jobs, remote jobs, and even cybersecurity that
I don't know where he's at, but more or less, when you are in college, at least when I was in college, you would also need your degree and those certifications if you want to actually compete.
pay very well and don't require you to go to college, or you can learn a different skill that pays well. But these are just some examples of ways you can make a good living without a college
By the
degree,
way, I
because
laughed at
times
that-
have changed.
I laughed at
Things
that
have gotten
comment,
more expensive.
200K,
The
I
same
love
jobs
it.
that used to support an entire family years ago just don't cut it anymore. But that doesn't mean it's over for Gen Z. That just means we need to
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Yes, I have to interview that kid. Okay, a little bit irrelevant, okay? A long time ago, there was this Roblox developer. He's like, supposedly, I don't know if he's actually 15 or 16, but he said he was, and he gave me like $200 to like listen to a unreleased Juice WRLD song, like live. And he sent me his crypto portfolio. It was like $4 million. I was like, really? You're making all that money from Roblox? I gotta interview that guy. Bro, what the fuck? Yes. Now the question is, actually, I don't want to spend all that time finding it in chat. So this is what I'm going to do instead, guys. I'm just I'm going to write this down so I can remember it, so I can reach out to him later. Okay, that's a cold reach out. What's it called? What's fucking Roblox kid millionaire interview? Okay, I wrote that down. All right, let's finish this.
think differently. Get creative with it. Think outside the box. Because at the end of the day, it's your choice where you decide to go next. Because that's the reality of life after high school.
Okay, cool. Now let's get to the conversation. Okay, let's get to the conversation. Let's call this guy face cam off, and then face cam on. Hello, Noth. Oh,
Ah!
what's going
Putting
on?
me on the spot.
Oh, there we go. Hello, Noth.
Hello.
Fucking pills. Oh, can you turn on your cam, by the way? Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go. I think okay, that's my correct camera. Dude, it's been so long, man. How's it been?
It has been long, but it hasn't felt like it's been long. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think it's been like what? Like a month and a half?
Yeah, and by the way, what did you think of my reaction? I didn't want to be like too... hopefully it didn't seem like I was being too mean.
No. I mean, when you put something out there, I mean, it's going to get judged regardless. Like whatever
Okay.
people think about it.
Well, what did you think? I made some points. Did anything like cross your mind? Did you disagree with anything before I asked stuff?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't there for the entire thing.
All good,
I
all
only
good,
just
all
like
good.
I popped into my room.
Yeah,
and I saw you were at like 13, 14 minutes in.
Yeah,
And I was like still like getting ready, so I was kind of like half there, half like not paying attention either. So I saw basically all of it at the end. Like when I switched to the voiceover part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll be honest. I didn't start the whole... I watched a little bit, and then I was like, yeah, dude, I have to get one with you because I haven't gotten a real one yet. And by the way, there's no introduction. I'm just going to like cut to a part that seems interesting, and then it's going to start with that. But the most interesting thing I got from that video was that people ask you that if you go to college and they look at you with disdain.
Hold on, I'm sorry, my my light is being weird.
You're good, bro. You're good.
that's better. Okay, so I typically how I answer that question, I kind of do the same thing that you do. I kind of just like play it up a bit. I make it sound a lot cooler than what it actually is. So so where I work at a digital printing company, which sounds cool on paper, but in reality when you're actually working there, it's nothing like that at all. It's pretty boring, like the most basic job ever. But then instead of saying that I do YouTube, I normally say I have an LLC. It's like my own business because it technically does count as that.
Do you
with
actually have an LLC? Did you actually apply for one?
No, I just make shit up.
What the fuck?
Just talking about shit.
Okay. Why would you lie about that?
Because it's technically not wrong because you're self-employed to an extent.
Yeah, sure. And what are they impressed, or are they, like you said in the video, where they look at you like, oh, look at this fucking loser?
No, they're very impressed. It's mainly when I don't mention. I just said like, oh yeah, I work. I just do work. That's when they're like, you know, because there'd be times where I'll try to like, I won't mention YouTube at all, but then I'll do times where I do just like experiment to see like different reactions, and that's typically like the reaction.
Right, the reaction is like very impressed.
Yes, it's either impressed or damn, this guy's like stupid.
Yeah, it's weird because when I was on the cruise, I met a lot of old people and they asked the same questions. Like, okay, it's the generic NPC. Or by the way, nothing wrong with like automated responses or conversations like go-tos. But with all these old people, they would ask, "Oh, Rambo, what's your major?" I'd say I dropped out, and then they would say, "Oh, what do you do?" And then say, okay, I do YouTube, and then blah blah blah. They're impressed, and for me, it's very weird because I don't want to like try to impress them. But like that's not the intention, but I'm not also going to put myself down. And it's this weird thing because I don't even want to talk about it, if that makes sense. Because like it doesn't really, I'm here on vacation.
Right. No, I get that 100%. So speaking of which, dude, how was that cruise?
It's a lot.
I know you were gone for like a while. Like was that like a 7-day, 9-day cruise?
It was a 6-night cruise, but I have to road trip there, and I'll be honest, I don't like driving. I hate driving, right? I know it's like a guy thing to like cars, like loud cars, like, oh, driving's so awesome. It's never been my thing. Once I get money, I'm immediately buying a Tesla so I don't drive. I don't drive. I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive. But yeah, I drove 6 hours. Dude, I'll tell you one thing, completely off track, but when I was on the way back, there was a 3-hour roadblock. I was supposed to get home at 11 and it said 2 a.m. in the morning. I was like, fuck.
Dude, get out of California, man. Get out of there.
No. Trucks everywhere. That was not supposed to happen. And it was late at night. And after everything cleared up, it was a big crash. Like truck, 2 cars. And honestly, I didn't even look at it because my philosophy with like videos as well is like, just don't even think about things if it doesn't help you. And when I was driving by, I saw like the front of the car was completely totaled. And I know if I saw blood, but I sharply looked away immediately. And then that woke me up. I'll tell you what, I do not like driving. I don't like driving. I don't like road tripping. So, but yeah, the vacation was very fun. The hard part was like sleeping over and, generic stuff, right? But what have you been up to?
The video kind of explained it very well. That's like, just that, like that's been basically my whole life. It's go to work on some days of the week. Since I'm part-time now, it's not all the time. I'll go there sometimes, then either stay home and just edit videos until I get bored and just like want to shoot myself. Not in a game, of course, YouTube in a game, not real life. Okay, but it mainly like wake up in the morning, sit down right here, and then try to edit a video. Thankfully it's gotten like way better since Internet Anarchist, I know he's probably watching this right now, since he gave us like those pointers. That's helped me a lot. Like that's definitely allowed me to step back, at least like a lot of the editing parts, mainly because of like this video. I'm sure it was definitely very prevalent there that I did not edit a whole bunch until like basically just the very end, really. And even then that wasn't that much.
Yeah, with the video I watched, the people who didn't watch it, to me, you were talking about, after school, you didn't choose to go to college. And from the theme of it, I don't know if it was your thoughts or the theme of the video, message you're trying to put out, but to me it seemed kind of negative, right? And is that where your head is at with life right now? You said you don't like editing, you don't like work. Is everything fulfilling? Where's your head at?
I think naturally with that type of video, it's just going to come off negative because that's mainly the trend. I was more or less trying to play off the like the whole vibe of my most viewed video, that being life after high school in Gen Z. So I was doing, this is life after high school, as Gen Z. So I was kind of more or less recycling the same point from that general video, but instead of me sitting right here, I was actually taking you along with me for the ride, quite literally, into basically what my life has looked like for the last 3 years, basically now. Because no one else has really done it in that style that I've seen, and the people that have, they haven't talked about that specific topic. So that's really what I wanted to do there.
Okay, so
but I felt sorry.
No, did you want to finish your point? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sure. Yeah.
Go for it.
So going back to where my mindset was, it was mainly I wanted to point out the obvious, that a lot of, for most people, it just kind of sucks and it feels monotonous and dull for most days. But at the very end there, I was trying to make it out to be like, it's not that bad. As long as you have a goal in mind that you're actively working towards, then it's fine. And that's why I included that last clip at the very end of where I'll be where I want to be in the future as long as I keep working towards it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it came off correctly in that way.
No, it did. Because for me, I have a different perspective. Like, a viewer is gonna watch it and like take it at face value. But you mentioned that you're pretty much reusing like ideas from a previous video, which all YouTubers do. I'm sure Internet Anarchist has like some same points he uses for different celebrities he talks about. Same thing for me. So my question is, were the points you made, which was I'll mention, where I talked about like purchasing power for Gen Z, the inflation, where like money isn't the same as it was previously, moving out, were those points you believe in, or were those points for the video?
A bit of both, really. Because, okay, so going back to the certification thing, because I remember you mentioned something about that with college.
Yeah.
So one of my friends, he did not go to college. He only has like a tech certification. He makes 6 figures a year from a remote tech job. So that's why I mentioned that.
That's good. I mean,
so if that's
go ahead. Go ahead.
So if that's like another thing of of trying to get that specific job or enter that specific field, then that's just my bad then, because I didn't know that, because I don't personally have experience there. I just know someone else that did.
Yeah.
Only with a certification, and then once he got the job, they just trained him up anyways.
Yeah, dude. I mean, let's be real. If it was that easy, then like everyone would be doing it, right? Like I don't know the guy. Maybe he got lucky. Maybe he worked really hard. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff because people like to embellish their like successes. I mean, look at us, right? When the old people ask us what we do for a living, I do YouTube. And then I remember there was this like grandma. She was like, "Oh, you get billions of views." Like, not yet.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Like, ma'am, not yet. And that's true. But my question is, have you thought about going to college? Because it was like a central theme of the video. Right now it's Halloween. Look at us. Where's your costume, Nath?
Dude, you're not going to believe me. I went to a Halloween party like last week and I dressed up as EDP.
Oh, wow. Okay. Blackface or what?
No, I couldn't go that far.
Yeah.
Dude, I can even show you the picture for reference. I got like a 3XL shirt, which is apparently the wrong size. I need a 5XL, but the biggest they had was 3. I got this big shirt, and I got the famous glasses, so I dressed up exactly as he did during that day.
Yeah.
And everyone loved it. Everyone thought it was like the funniest thing ever. It's just, having to explain that to the people that, don't know who EDP is was definitely awkward.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm like the only one there with a YouTube channel. So like, YouTuber, EDP, are you trying to say something?
Yeah, bro. You should just dress up as like a Minecraft YouTuber or something. Anyway, how was the party? How was the party?
Close enough, right? It was pretty good, actually. It was, just normal, like typical college party.
Okay.
Not like too great.
Nath, I'm gonna skip everything. I think you're single. Are you single? I remember you were talking to a girl.
Technically, yes. I'm still single as of right now.
Okay, good answer.
But yes. I don't think that's probably not going to be the case.
Yeah.
I'm not exclusive yet, but like I basically am at this point.
What does
It's
that
not official, but like it basically is at this
What
point.
does that mean?
If that
I've never
makes
heard
sense.
of that. No, I've never heard of that. No, tell me.
Official being like, you know, you're officially boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
Like you're
But-
officially in a relationship.
okay.
Like you've said to each other, yes, I want to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend type of thing.
okay, but you guys have not like tied the knot, pretty much. You guys have
Yes,
just
like we haven't tied it down yet.
okay, so it's ambiguous, and you went to the party, and most of the time, guys who go to parties, they say it's for fun, but they drink, and it's like more or less the intention is to get girls. And I'm assuming your intention at the party was not to get girls; it was to dress up as EDP and show it off. Like, tell me more. What's the thought process?
No, that was literally the whole thought process. So even at the party, every girl that was there, of course, they never like go up to me because you know I'm just so ugly, bro. I'm hideous.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate that. You too, man. You too.
No, thank you.
So even at the party, I told them that I already had a girlfriend because a lot of the people there, like a lot of girls there already have boyfriends. They're just going more or less as like a social event because this specific party isn't like a frat party that you would see. It's one of those parties where you go in and there's drinks, but everyone's more or less just talking. There's no like crazy dancing or anything. There might be like maybe some beer pong, but like basically just socializing. It was basically just a social event, that kind of thing. Not like
Okay.
a typical frat party thing.
Okay, well, how is socializing? I feel like I'm forcing you. I'm trying to get something out of you, but yeah, I mean, how's the party itself? Because was it the vibe that mattered to you? Did you talk to anyone cool?
I did. I got to catch up with a few people that I hadn't seen since like last year because they just magically appear at those types of events. So this one friend that I've had, or not really had, like we spoke to each other like one time and it was at a previous party to where I had to drive him home because I'm not like an alcohol guy. Like I don't like to drink at all. So I'm always the designated driver for the people that are like my friend group that get too wasted, you could say. So I was driving him back. We had like a really good conversation about relationships and like the situation of life we were in at that time. And then that was it. Like we never spoke to each other again.
Well, what did you
until
guys
he
talk
just
about
magically appeared.
with like relationships?
This was like a year ago, so I have to remember. So basically,
okay.
if I remember
Yeah,
correctly,
go ahead.
if I remember correctly, it was basically about more or less body count and like what really mattered to you in a relationship, really, for like what you look for in a person.
And this was in high school?
This was about a year and a half ago.
And you saw the person again. By the way, here's the thing. I think it's a little bit interesting because I saw someone I haven't seen in a long time as well at the gym today. At least for me, when I saw that person, I don't know. For me, I'm a competitive person, so when I saw him, I was hoping he was doing good, better than where he was previously. Like, okay, wow, this guy's got his life together. I gotta get mine together as well, or like get it more together. And you know, same thing. He was in college. He's like failing 2 classes. He's like not doing shit. I was like, okay, well, I shouldn't have asked. Our problem was I was looking for something, and how was meeting that guy again? Were you looking for something? You just want to catch up where he was at in life?
No, yeah, I just wanted to catch up with him. He was doing really well, actually. He showed up with his girlfriend, actually. So he had gotten into a relationship since that time and brought his girlfriend with him. Because that's like basically how it is. Like the host even brought his girlfriend. The host, like the co-host even brought her as well. And like a lot of the people that are close to him, like they bring all their, oh my gosh, I can't speak. All their relationships, like their partners, they all like come to that party because it's more like a chill environment for that, if that makes sense.
And during that conversation, he talked about like what he likes in girls. Did he get that girl that he was talking about, or did he compromise? Bit personal,
I think,
but he wants this. Maybe.
Okay, so I think for the most part, he got exactly what he wanted. But he compromised on one thing, and that being the distance. Like they told me that apparently she lives all the way in Gainesville, which from Florida or from Orlando where I live, that's a 2-hour drive. You're not very like, you know, close to each other, but apparently they somehow make it work. So if they're fine with it, then I mean, hey, like, how can I judge, you know?
And by the way, Nath, because you've been editing less for videos, you told me it's more satisfying or like fulfilling.
Yes, because I'm able to put more out there. Because I'm
Right.
not thinking about it as much, I have to tell myself, like, okay, dude, like, you're doing too much. You gotta stop. You gotta calm down. This is too much editing. It's taking too long.
Yeah, so I'll ask you this, okay? Recently in my head, I plan on doing YouTube for like a very long time, so I'll be vulnerable here. I was thinking, shit, maybe I should go back to college because right now is that time to apply for financial aid and for the colleges. So if I do it now, it'd be convenient. But at the same time, it's like this mental thought of giving up. That's how I view it. But at the same time, in my head, there are other thoughts as well where I plan on doing this for a long time, and I don't want to fall under the trap, like a social trap where, for example, you're trying to impress the old people, or even the social trap of constantly trying to appease people by getting good views. Naturally, your content will shift a certain way without being original if you go down that route, right? So I'm planning on succeeding in YouTube, but the more I do it, without taking compromises, it would take longer. What do you think? What do you think of everything I just put down? Because I think we're in like a similar position.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been having the same thoughts. Like I've been thinking about that certification thing that my friend told me about. It's like, what if I do that right now so I can possibly get a job, you know, making maybe like 40, 50K a year? Because where I'm at, that would be probably like 3 times or two and a half, like 3 times what I'm making right now. So I'm thinking, if I do that, I could probably move out and then I can have my own life to myself, and then I'll have guilt-free stuff. No, not okay. No, that sounds weird. Not guilt-free stuff, but more like a lot of the time when I record my videos, I like to do it when no one else is around or when no one's home, because I don't want someone else just being out there and listening in to like certain topics that I'm talking about. For example, one time I did a video about the story and how I lost my virginity. And for obvious reasons, I wouldn't want my mom, for example, being outside my room when I'm talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So more or less, I feel like that would give me the freedom to really more open up, be more expressive in videos when I don't have to worry about, I need to do this right now, or I could just do this like in the middle of the night. Because I see a lot of different YouTubers do that to where they just say, like, okay, guys, it's 2 a.m. I'm recording this video right now. To whereas I can't do that because people are sleeping in my house. So I have to be conscious of that.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, same. Like that's a very relatable topic. I'll be honest, I got over that. I used to, like, Mom, leave. But at some point, I just realized it fucked up my workflow too much, so I got used to it. Now I'm in my own room, or like where my computer's at. It used to be in the middle of the house, so everyone would walk
Dude,
by.
I don't know how you would do that. I can't. No way.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. That's what I wanted to ask about earlier, because when I watched that video from my perspective, just out of like relatability and just like psychology lover, there's a lot of thoughts in it where it seemed like you were speaking sometimes for yourself, where like you were trying to tell yourself that, yeah, you should continue doing YouTube. You should keep on like grinding, right? Like the conclusion, it felt kind of fast, where like it was a little bit too fast for the positivity. And I was wondering if it was for the sake of the video or for yourself. It seemed like it was both, like you said earlier. And where are you on that? How close are you to taking that certificate, trying to find a job, and also just like grinding out the situation right now?
So how close I am? I'm like right there. I'm considering it, but it's not enough right now for me to just outright go and do it. The only thing that's mainly stopping me is that I know it's going to take up a good chunk of my time that I wouldn't really be able to put towards YouTube. But then I also think to myself, there's a lot of times where I'm just not working on anything. I'm just doing jack shit the entire time. So it's like, I could be doing that towards a certificate, but also like, if I start doing the certificate and then my channel starts doing well, it's like, well, now there's no point in this. I just wasted my money trying to get a certificate that I'm not going to need anymore. But then I don't know if that time is going to pass and I actually get that certificate and we're going to still be basically at the same place where we are now, to where then that certificate would really help me out in that position, because then YouTube would be, I'm assuming, if I had to guess, like hypothetically, if I had to guess where things would be at that time, if this scenario were to take place, this would roughly be about a year down the line. I'll have like a little bit more subs, maybe slightly more views, or just about the same. And then I would have a higher paying job and, be able to move on with my life, like move out of my parents' house, have my own place, and just continue from there. But of course, with YouTube, I'm mainly committed now to just trying to grind it out. Mainly because with YouTube, it could change overnight. Because you can have a video doing terribly, and you wake up the next day and it's at like, I don't know, like 100,000 views or something. And all of a sudden, like right then and there, like, okay, I gotta lock in right now, because now it's go time. Like it's now or never.
I don't mean to interrupt. Yeah, no, it does. Actually, I don't mean to interrupt though. I have a little different perspective. I think life can change overnight, right? It can come very fast, but not like overnight. So not overnight, but it can be overnight in like that type of context. What I mean is, I was talking to like a different YouTuber, and he was talking about the same thing, where his big motivation is working on videos where one video could hit 1 million, it would change everything. But I mean, like, does it really though? Internet Anarchist is in here, but I think you need like a consistent multiple millions for things to actually change. Like maybe that one video allows you to like crack the code and understand a little bit better. But I don't think things change overnight, at least from my experience, because when I hopped on TikTok, like I made my second ever video. It got like close to 1 million views. And then afterwards, like recently, a few months ago, I was also posting on TikTok where those also got a few million views in like the span of 7 days. Nothing changed. Like literally nothing changed for my YouTube. Nothing changed for nothing. Just people recognize my face a little bit more. And obviously, if I kept on getting it consistently enough over time, it would snowball and like things can change that quickly, if that makes sense. Let me know if you have anything to say, because I do have another question I want to ask.
So I think with that,
yeah,
could that be just an entirely different audience demographic?
No,
because
no, I agree. Also, Internet Anarchist put in a comment, so I'll read that. But like, I agree. TikTok is like not the spot if your idea is like long-term viral videos, but I think that also applies to YouTube, right? It's just YouTube's like a longer span where, let's say you get 1 million views, it will last for longer in terms of like views coming in. TikTok is way shorter, way quicker, but it's the same concept. It's like the same idea with TikToks, YouTube videos, and then movies, right? They all have like the same concept. It's just a longer time frame. That's how I view it. And before I let you talk, Internet Anarchist says, looking back, there's no real one video that changes everything, but you can have a video that help you go from 0 to 1. Yeah. So that's what he said. And okay, someone also asked, did I learn anything from the Kodak Black vid? So for example, with that video, it did pretty good. I realized that there are just moments where I have like a spark of creativity and I just like jump on it. So after that Kodak Black video, I noticed there's the same moments with Kanye West, and I made a video similar to that, but like it's not something I can consistently replicate. And I think over time with anything in life, not just YouTube, there are moments where you catch on to something and that's like a tool in your arsenal where you don't keep on using the same tool, right? It's like when you walk up to someone, a conversation, you don't use the same, oh, what major what's your major? It only applies to like a certain age of people. And then with older people, you use a different tool, a different like go-to, if that makes sense. That's how like I perceive YouTube and like life as well.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And by the way, why would you want to move out? You were talking about that often in your video, and I'm not gonna lie. I believe when I do make a lot of money, I'm not going to move out. I'll be 100% honest. Unless I want to go to like Japan, like somewhere that's not in California, I wouldn't move out because, it's like I value my time. I value my parents as well. And I don't even spend much time with them anymore, but I still live with them. So it's going to be significantly reduced when I'm not with them. So I'm just explaining my thought process, as well as I remember Andrew Tate made like a good point in something where we said there's like a Muslim family and there's this guy working at a convenience store, but he's driving a Lamborghini. It's because like they pool all of their money together, and it's completely different nowadays where everyone, once they're old enough, they go off on their own way, which just doesn't make sense because you can leverage your entire family to live like a rich lifestyle. Makes sense?
Right. Okay, so the reason why I want to leave is mainly because, number one, I want the freedom to just be able to go wherever I want on a whim and not have someone just blowing up my phone and say like, Kenneth, where are you? Where are you at? Where are you at? You need to be home right now. Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 21, bro.
Bro, what the fuck? They do that?
Yes.
Why do you think they do that?
Because they care about me, which thankfully, you know, I'm very glad that they care about me. But sometimes, you know,
it's a good way to see it.
I want to leave the house.
Yeah.
I want to leave the house, man. They even have a tracker on my phone as well. So that's another one. Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
That's another one. That and, you know, I want to be able to have moments with my significant other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And not be bothered. you can say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's all.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. That's like the main stuff. But yeah, that's basically. I just want freedom, bro. I just don't want to be stalked 24/7 on where I'm at.
Right. So like this is the other thing I think about often. It's like when I do come across big money, the only thing I'm going to spend on is like a Tesla because I don't want to drive, and I'm gonna go on more vacations. Like those are the two main things I value, and food, of course, right? But I don't really care about, because at least for me, my relationship with my parents is different from my sister, where they don't trust her because like she's a small little petite Asian girl. She's gonna get kidnapped. But for me, they have a lot more trust in me, and I think. A lot of conversations in that where I think you could also kind of brute force your way into making your parents trust you. At the same time, when you do come across money, what would you spend it on? It would be an apartment. Would you get a nice car? What would you do?
Well, I think this really depends. Like, how much money are we talking? We're talking about like 100,000, 1 million, 10 million. Okay.
Yeah, if I had 10 million, I'd still live here, but I'd probably live in like China once in a while. I'd want some air pollution in my body.
So, okay. If I had 10 million right now, first thing I would want to pay off the mortgage from the house because, you know, I don't want to be a complete asshole and just take all of it for myself. Okay. So I would pay off the mortgage. Then I would at least use that to buy another property. So we at least have some assets. Then I would put You're
giving me you're giving me the adult answer, but like, you have 10 million, as in this will last. Like, here's the truth: put 10 million in like S&P 500 returns, let's say as high as 8, but as low as 4%. That's easily six figures, easily way more than six figures, maybe $200,000-$300,000 a year, which is recurring from that 10 million sitting. So you have a lot of money. You can spend it wisely, but after spending it wisely, you'll have a lot of expendable income. What would you use that expendable income on? What do you want but you can't get right now?
Not really too much, honestly. Yeah. Like, the only thing I would really want is like, I already have a car. Like, I'm pretty happy with the car that I have now. You know, my phone is fine. Like, this is a Galaxy S20. This is from like 2020. There's even like cracks in my phone as well. No, I wouldn't show on camera. There's cracks on my phone. Like, it's fine. I like it because it has a 120 hertz screen, so it's very smooth. So I guess maybe since I have the money, I might as well get like a brand new iPhone. It's like, might as well. It's just there available since I allegedly have $10 million in this case. Then fun stuff. I guess like upgrade my car, but at that point, like, I might as well just get a brand new car. Mm-hmm. Then other than that, not really anything. I don't really want a whole lot. Like, my setup that I have here, it's already basically everything that I want. Like, this microphone is fine. It's good enough. It does everything. It sounds good. I don't really need to upgrade it, but I guess I could if I wanted to. Like, it's just the option. But if I had to, like, right off the bat, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, you just kind of put me on the spot here, but I mean, that's interview, so that's kind of just how it is. Nothing really. Like, I would, you know, pay off mortgage, buy a house, And then that's really about it. Like we can figure it out from there. Because 10
Yeah.
million is a lot of money.
Yeah.
10 million, if like here, $1 million, if you were to like set that away in like some sort of bank account or something, sorry, I just hit my microphone. If you were to set that away in some sort of bank account and only pay yourself $50K a year, which is a very livable wage in my area, you would be able to do nothing for 20 years. Now 10x that money, you can pay yourself 100K and you'd be good for, I'm sorry, I'm not good at math. 100K a year, 10 million. That's like what? At least more than 20 years, like 50, 60 years.
Well, no. Here's the truth, right? I think everyone knows how to make money if they had money. Like the hard part is working with what you have. Because if you just do the math, let's say average returns 8%. If you have 10 million, you throw into the stock market, and let's say you take all the gains. Okay, so you'd be getting around 800,000 per year if you had 10 million, right? And that's just like taking all the gains. You still have the 10 million. It never disappears. So you're taking 800K every year. That will last you a lifetime. The only reason why I asked that is like same thing with the video for the conclusion where it's like positivity. There are things I tell myself like our life is pretty good, right? The only thing we would want is like an apartment to like have more shaboing time with you and your girl. And there's not much, but and then Erica said just you get 20 if you put on black. But at least for me, yeah, there's not much that I want, and there's like the confusion in my heart and mind of okay, well, if I do go back, it's also an admittance that I kind of care about what other people think, or maybe I kind of care about how I view myself and how I expect myself to have an X amount of money, right? Because I don't know about you, so like vulnerability here. Sometimes I actually never hop on Instagram just because it's full of just like people showing the best parts of their life. I don't even want to participate with like showing off photos with the crews, like the numbers. But when I do hop on, it's just people bragging about how like awesome everything is, and it leaves a very bad taste in my mouth because it makes me want to participate. If that makes sense, right? I want to.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like I also want to show how awesome my life is, and it is awesome, but it's a pointless game. So those.
Dude,
are
hold on. One second. I'm sorry.
You see this guy, bro? Anyway, Nobi is here. Who's
Hey,
Nobi?
I'm right here, man. I'm right here. I'm still right here.
You see this guy fucking sucks. Okay. So,
dude, speaking of which, dude, you wanna play that game, dude? I got a Sony camera right here. Yo, let's take Instagram photos right now. I got you.
what are you talking about? Oh, to like flex and brag. You're on like a podcast.
Yeah, let's go. Let's all flex on them right now. Here, I got you.
Oh, yo, that's a nice camera. No, I don't want to participate. But with what I've said, did any of it like ring true to you at all or no?
Yes, especially with more like once we have all that money, what exactly would you really do with it? Because you, like you said, you don't really want that much. Like of course, there'd be some things that you would buy.
Much.
Of course,
I want much, bro. I'm an ambitious young boy. Right? I wouldn't like. I don't know about you. Like you seem like ambitious as well, right? We didn't just do the opposite of what everyone else is doing because we want like not much.
Well, yeah, obviously not for no reason. You don't just do all this other stuff, like put yourself online looking like an absolute idiot for no reason. Nah. But yeah, I would say that I am ambitious, not to the point to where I want to be like a multi-billionaire or anything, but more or less I want to be able to provide for myself and just be able to live comfortably and not have to worry about, just live on my own schedule mainly.
Right. You were going to make a point about like with what I've said and maybe something about we don't want much. Did you want to expand on that?
See, I was, but then you're like, dude, what the heck you talk about? I want a lot, man.
Yeah.
So that kind of like destroyed my point that I was going to be like, oh, okay. No, irrelevant then.
What was the point though? Because I'm sure it would make sense for like some people watching.
So I think it goes back to once you already have everything, what else is there to do?
Right.
Because we're working towards, our dreams of being able to do this full time. I'm pretty sure like if I remember correctly, you are doing this actually full time.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I mean, basically, basically at this point.
Yeah.
But it's more or less like once you have all that money, but you don't really want to spend it on, it's like, what was it all for anyways, if you're just not going to use it? Like, what was the effort for if we're not doing anything with it?
Let's get some philosophy in it. Don't you think you already have everything? And like, this is the stage where you're pretty much just battling with yourself. Because there's like, we can get like very scientific with it, or even like philosophical with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where there's like food, shelter, and then water. And then there's like another level where it's like social aspects. Then there's like relationships. Then there's like fulfillment. Then there's like, your whole meaning to life. I believe that everyone in a first world country, if you're not homeless, everything's already fulfilled, right? And now you're at the point where you're pretty much battling with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the point of how, like what you would do with so much money is that like not much would change because we have everything we need. And we're only
in
doing
terms
this for
of
ourselves. Go ahead.
In terms of your basic needs, yes, I can definitely see it in that way. But you see, to be a complete idiot right now, I'm gonna simplify your point and say no, I don't have everything I want, because I want a nice apartment, I want a nice high-rise apartment. I want to be able to have what would I want? I'll have an Audi RS7. Yes, I'll have that, and then bam. But you see, I don't have that right now, so therefore I don't have everything that I want in life.
Right.
Checkmate.
No, right. And like this adds to the point, if anything, right? Because the idea is what's the point? Like, what does it add to the high-rise apartment other than the monthly price it costs, like the Audi itself? The only reason why it would be mentioned is because of like the brand name and recognition, which is like plays into the social aspect of most of everyone's decision, including myself, is leading for the pleasure of other people. Where, wow, that's awesome, you live in a high-rise apartment, like that's awesome that you're driving this Audi, like that's awesome, you have so many subscribers. And I think that's like a trap, difficult to escape out of, but something I'm always keeping in mind, because with YouTube, same idea, where let's say you get really good at it, there becomes a certain point where like the audience only expects like a certain type of content. And it's like this realization that when you're at a 9 to 5, people talk about like being an entrepreneur, you get to do whatever you want to a certain extent, like how you build everything. But the same thing with like 9 to 5, you're expected to do something within your certain role. And the same thing applies if you build it, where you're expected to create a certain type of content. And it's like the same cycle. And maybe you'll make more money, maybe you work a little less, but it's the same idea where you're pretty much working for others. So the idea with we have everything we want is that the only things we want more of, so for me, money, I think the only thing that justifies it is going on vacation. I don't really flex and brag about it. It's only for myself. And like, that's it. Like, that's all that I want. That's the only thing money's restricting me from. And most people, okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Any thoughts?
Yes, I do have one thought. So going back to the social validation part of it, the expensive price tag, what if I just like the view from the apartment? Like, what if I just like the location, the convenience of it? What if being in that environment, being in that apartment allows me to work even harder because it shows me what I've achieved already and what I can continue to live with if I keep on working?
I love this conversation. So the question is, if you have everything, why would you want to work harder, right? And even more, a good view is very important. A good view is a very good point, but that's not the big reason why people want a high-rise apartment. So remember, like,
no, of course not.
So like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the real needs people actually need is shelter, food, and water. Like that's the bare minimum, and then it elevates to relationships, like social. And at a certain point, like those two layers is pretty much everything a human being needs to live like a happy, fulfilling life. And in America or in Canada, in wherever the fuck, those are already fulfilled. Does that make sense?
Yes. So like the basic needs, yes, being fulfilled, but sorry, my camera is like,
you're good.
There we go. So the basic needs being fulfilled, yes, I can definitely see that point, but it's more, do you think we're just being selfish in the sense that we just want more to be happier. Okay, well, obviously, no shit. Of course, we want to be happier, but I lost the point. I'm sorry. Brain fart.
Yeah, no, good. I'll hop in. You know, if you ever have like a brain fart, just pause. I always have something like in mind when you're talking, and the question is like to be happier. People have this like implicit assumption that to be happy, you need more, right? But like the same point you made earlier, it's like this idea of, well, you don't need more, right? Because the more you need, the more unhappy you become. Because like in Buddhism, in a bunch of religions, it's the same idea where like wanting is your suffering. So you see people with no legs and they seem like happy as a butterfly. Opposite where there are people missing legs, maybe in a car crash, they've had it for their whole life and they're super depressed, maybe even suicidal because all they want is legs, right? But if someone who was born without legs, it's much easier to mentally overcome it because that's who they are internally. Something gets taken away. But the idea is wanting, right? If you want something, more suffering. I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there who don't want to become YouTubers as badly as we do. So there's no suffering in that path. Does that make sense? And
Yes.
yeah. So like wanting causes suffering. So if the idea of Buddhism, if you want to be enlightened, not happy, right? If you want to be enlightened, you don't want anything. What do you think about that?
I think I definitely see that point. But going back to what you said, trying to be happy. So, okay, so it's mainly what your point is, people should already be happy with what they have right now because all their basic needs are being met. To whereas other lives in other countries, that's not exactly the case.
Okay.
So by that sense, like, how dare you want more? Like, you already have everything you ever wanted or everything you could ever need.
100%.
But what if it's not like what they need? Like, of course, everyone has what they need to an extent if they live in a first world country.
Yes.
But that's not what they want.
Yes.
Like, what if it is because sure, they have everything they need, but the life that they're living just makes them so unhappy to where now they need to live a different lifestyle. They need to chase that different lifestyle. Because if they continue to go down that same path of that way of their living, then it's going to cause them to do something irrational, like something irrational.
Yeah. So like,
Whereas then they would need to change their life in order to better it, if that makes sense. If anything I said just made sense there.
No, 100% I do. Because with like the same beliefs I'm spouting off, I pretty much just got from like whoever the fuck, right? And there's always counter arguments of, well, that means like, wouldn't people just live stagnant lives because they have everything they want? And then there's also like the other point you're making where, fuck, I forgot it. No, give me a second. I don't have it. No, could you repeat what you were talking about earlier?
So I was talking about how because their life is so stagnant, they have everything they need, yes, but it's not what they want. So therefore it makes it
I got it. So that's like the point, right? So you watch a bunch of videos on YouTube about consumerism. I make videos about like being selfish, right? We don't exist for other people. And the main idea is the more, let's say doing YouTube, the more I am doing YouTube, the more I'm hooked into this entity, let's say like a tornado black hole where it sucks me in. And a lot of people who suffer, let's say someone who is an incel, Elliot Rodger, you know who that is by chance?
Is that the incel guy?
Yes. It's
okay,
the incel guy,
I know
right?
who that is.
Incel guy, he really wanted girls, never got girls, so he shot up a school, which is what we also mentioned earlier. And the reason why that happened was because he desperately wanted girls. And it got to the point where there was like a breaking point where he either locked in or he pretty much crashed out. And that applies to a lot of people as well. But the question is, why do they want it, right? So like for Elliot Rodger, the person who wanted girls, that's very obviously biological, but everyone biologically wants girls. There's another factor in play. I think that other factor in play would be like the social pressure. I think people in America that live very good lives, even the poor people, call me crazy, but if you're poor, I went on a cruise, you meet a lot of Filipinos, they're there, busting their ass of 6 months, 24/7, like not actually, but they're working the entire day.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off right there. So you mentioned that why do they want girls? Because it's
Yes.
biological. So
Yes.
doesn't that go right back again to that triangle, like the pyramid of needs, to where isn't one of them literally sex, if I remember correctly?
Relationships, because
Relationships.
yeah,
So then that's exactly why they want it then.
yes.
Because it's not really something that they want. It's more or less something that they internally need.
Right. So like for example, right? Most of everything you have is fulfilled. Where it's like, so the bare bottom is food, water, and shelter, and then the second layer, which is the bare minimum, would be relationships, because we are social creatures. So that also plays into like the biological. But there is no need for a high-rise apartment compared to a shitty little shack, right? They both fulfill the same need. So why do people think, why do people think that they need a high-rise apartment? It's because of like the social pressure. Let's say that hurricane comes in, it warps your perception of like what you want or need. So like that's what I'm talking about with Elliot Rodger, because a lot of people go day to day with wanting girls, but they don't reach to that climax, right? And I mentioned this. I talked about like the Filipinos at like the cruises where they're working 6 months, no days off, like 12-hour shifts, and they only get paid.
That's insane.
And they get paid like $25 an hour. That's why I go on cruise, because it's just so cheap. Like that's it, right? And that's insane to us, but to them, that's a good deal. If you're in the Philippines and you're working on a cruise, you're that rich motherfucker that made it. Maybe for people in the Philippines, it's the same perspective as you, where it's like that guy got a certificate and he's making 100 grand, right? Like, so like that, like completely different perspective. And with those people, it's seen as bad because our standards are different for like the layers of needs. Because for them, they get paid, they have shelter, they have food, they can make relationships on the cruise. Everything they want is already there. That's why for them, they're living the best life, right? Now, I'm, embellishing everything to like prove my point, but there are bad parts about working on a cruise. But the main point is, it's a very highly coveted job that only like the top of the top can get the job, because you need to know English. You need to have like all these skills that are required to like get that job. And I forgot my point.
Okay, perfect. So I'm actually going to go back on something that you said. So what you said earlier, why do you need the high-rise apartment? So technically, yeah, you're right. You don't need it. But what if that apartment allows you to be safer?
Yeah.
Meaning like your neighbors aren't exactly, drug dealers or people that are going to worry. You don't have to worry about someone like barging in or breaking into your apartment or your place of living.
Yes.
Whereas other places, that would be something like somewhat of a concern. Like, sorry, I'm dyslexia. My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
So in other places, that would be somewhat of a concern of safety.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, so like hurricanes, so that's another thing. Like another thing, like hurricanes are a big thing here in Florida. It's basically like a yearly tradition at this point. They happen maybe like once every 3 years. There'll be a hurricane that just comes through. So a big thing with that is the safety of your home. Like, is it safe enough? Like, is it fortified enough? Is it like structurally sound? To whereas cheaper homes wouldn't exactly meet that criteria. So therefore now, in order for that person to live so that they don't die under the collapsing of their home, wouldn't it be better if they had that home? Because now they almost need that home, because what if their home gets destroyed and now they need a new one?
Yeah. So
that was more structurally sound.
I get it. It's like safety. Shelter. Idea would be security, right? Like you'd be secure and safe. But there's a phrase. It's called like diminishing returns. Like a chart where it's not always linear, but let's say with growth, it's exponential, right? But after a certain point, it never goes exponential. It literally like stops and teeters off. The same thing applies to like everything. Okay, there are a lot of diminishing returns when it comes to like security, because let's be real, you're going to be not secure, and you're going to have to like admit that if your goal is to hop on a plane, drive a car. I heard that driving a car is way more dangerous than ever being on a plane. But here's the thing, everyone is willing to like pay the price of that security for the convenience, right? So like obviously there are diminishing returns where at a certain point it's unsafe, but it's worth enough to live a like fulfilling life, because what's the word? Because like security is never 100%, right? Food is never 100%. Like life is not guaranteed, for anything, but at a certain point, there's like a threshold where it's met, and then that's good enough. I'm going to achieve other aspects in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which I don't even remember. I just remember like the two basics, and at the very top is like purpose, fulfillment, all that kind of stuff. Yes. But yeah, so like, by the way, I'm going to round this up because like the only reason why I mentioned all of this was because I think about going back to college, and I'm also aware enough to realize that it's like not necessary for me, right? So like the theme of the video you say at the conclusion would be like stuff you want to tell yourself, where it's like, keep grinding, bro. Like keep fucking grinding. Like keep on doing it. Why? My question is to you. Obviously, it's also directed towards me, but I'm asking you, why?
Because why not? It's like, okay, so I'm sure we all feel this in some sort of way, that we're meant for something. Like everyone is always trying to find their purpose of what they're trying to do with their life or what they want to achieve. So for us, in this example, that would be with YouTube, being able to financially sustain ourselves with an audience, with a platform. So why I keep going is because, like, why not? Like, so many people have told me that they see the potential that I could make it as a creator, as a full-time creator, and that's the only thing that I see myself doing. As of right now, I have considered the certificate of working a job, like working like a better paying job, like remote job, which would be ideal, best case scenario. But ideally, what I want to do with my life is YouTube. Like I want to be a full-time creator, work on my own schedule, and just be able to wake up whenever the heck I want and just work on my own schedule and be able to just end that whenever. So with YouTube, that allows me, like, if a video only needs like 2 more hours of work that day, I'll wake up at whatever freaking time I want, hop on my computer, finish it up, and then bam, like that's it. I'm done for the day. I don't need to worry about staying at work for an extra like 5 hours, like 5-6 hours just to finish off the shift, just to get to 8 hours, and then have to leave at an inconvenient time to deal with traffic on the highway. To whereas the work was already done a long time ago. So I think that kind of goes back to, if you remember that point I made in the video, or if you saw that part where I mentioned how sometimes I'll be at work and I'll just get randomly hit with like a wave of depression because of the fact that I don't have freedom over my own life, that I have to stay here for another 5 hours until I get the ability to leave, until my boss says so, like, okay, Kenneth, you can go now. That type of thing. That's why.
Yeah. And like, but I'm so happy I mentioned this because that's the main idea, where most of unhappiness or like suffering comes from our wants, right? Because everything else is already fulfilled with the needs. So what I mean is like, the reason why you want to do it is like the why not, because there is no reason, right? If you think about it from like a hunter-gatherer perspective, ask the guy who's like hunting for the random shit, ask the farmer growing everything. It's not because I want to. It's because like I need to provide for like the family so they can survive like next winter or whatever, something dramatic. And for us, it's no longer dramatic. There is no like genuinely like good reason other than the fact that it's for the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's at the very precipice where it's what we found to be very fulfilling and passionate. And that itself is not, I'm not saying like not important, but that's where we find our most fulfillment, right? You're not working because you need to work. You're working because of like random external things that cause you a lot of suffering. It's for me, it's the idea of sometimes we question why we go to college. Well, we go to college because we want money. Why do we want money? Because I need to like, live, but you don't need to go to college to live, right? So like the reason why we want to go to college or make a lot of money is because we want to live a luxurious lifestyle. And what comes with luxury, of course, you get like better quality products, but at a certain point, diminishing returns, it's not that important, right? Like diminishing returns is not worth the effort, but people still put in the effort, at least how I view it, is because everyone has already fulfilled their needs. Am I making sense?
Yes.
And what do you think about that?
So I think it could just go back to what you said earlier. So at the end of all of it, why are we working towards this? Like, why do we go to college? Why do we graduate? Well, because we want a better job so that we can provide more for ourselves. But more or less, what if that is like their purpose, like their divine purpose that they feel that they need to do this exact thing to appease their parents?
Okay.
What if that's the one thing that they need? Yeah.
No, go ahead. Can I pin that? So I wonder, like, we'll pin that. We'll get back to it. Well, what's the point you think I'm making right now? Because like, I'll elaborate. The point I'm trying to make is that a lot of people, try to please others, right? So like tornado is the analogy where we get sucked up into other people's problems, where the luxury point that I'm trying to make is that luxury is not that important to many of us, because like, what's the point of luxury? Unless it's like a purpose passion thing. But remember, purpose passion is not a need, it's a want. And the same thing applies to, let's say, for vacations. The only reason why I want vacations is because, at least for me, there's like this weird biological thing in my brain. I think it's like a man thing where a lot of people, men, like looking at visually appealing stuff. So I want to see like beautiful shit. And that's why maybe we would want a high-rise apartment. Diminishing returns though, right? It's a good point, but again, it's not that important. So like my point is that there's a distinction between what people want and need, and people can't figure that out. And more importantly, like once people figure that out, I think they're going to be much more happy and free. That's why I talked about like wants, because many things people think they want, they don't need. And it's good to distinguish between like purpose and passion, and what you're the hurricane where you're trying to please other people with that Louis V bag. Think about it. I'm gonna go take a piss. Think about it. I'll be right back.
Okay, chat, you're mine now. This is my audience. Sorry, guys, I've taken over. This is mine. I'm gonna say some stuff. He's gonna get banned. It's gonna be against TOS, and he's never gonna know unless he checks the VOD. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna tell you guys, guess what? Except they're never gonna guess. You guys are never gonna guess the thing that I have to say. This incredible thing that I have to tell you all. I'm rambling right now. I'm sorry, my hair looks terrible. Oh my gosh, this looks horrible. What? What is this? I'm so sorry. You guys have to even stare at me. What? No. Okay, hold on. I gotta show you guys something. Shit, he's coming back. Okay, I can't find it in time.
What's up?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
No. Tell me. What did I miss? what did you think of? And yes, I did not wash my hands.
Okay, well, I didn't know that part. No, I literally didn't say anything. I was just, if you check back in the VOD, I was just like spewing whatever random crap.
Yeah, but what did you think of what I thought before I needed to pee? Because I needed to go bad.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot the entire point that you were making. So you're just talking about how people don't exactly need the stuff that they want because their needs are already fulfilled. So therefore they need to realize that they don't exactly need the thing that they're chasing so much. If I'm correct?
Yeah, so we're using a lot of words. The main idea is people suffer because they want something, right? But they don't even realize what they want is something they don't give a shit about. So for example, you can imagine, right? There's a lot of stereotypes where people want all the types of luxury goods, Labubus, matcha, right? It's very performative. And
not the Lapupus, no.
Right. And it's performative for other people, right? But it's not just those small little things that's very easy to make fun of because we can see through it, but it also applies to why do we want that luxury car? Now, don't get me wrong. If you can afford it, fucking get it. That's what I want. I want to be to the point where I'm successful, where I could waste a lot of money that people would feel bad about, right? Like you want to get to that level. And it's the idea of like being selfish where I exist for myself, not like I'm here to please other people by, oh guys, I'm not going to be rich. I hate the billionaires. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. So it's more like if you can have it and have it be like you can comfortably afford it without, not even thinking twice about it, then yes, you might as well go ahead and have it. But if you don't need it, and if getting that thing would be a burden on your life in terms of like financially, then what's the point of even having it if you don't really give that much of a shit about it anyways?
Yeah, dude, you know what? We can move on from this because it is like maybe I'm explaining it poorly, but people want things, but they realize it's not that they want it. It's just like for the sake of pleasing other people. So like, for example,
Yes.
even us, right? When people ask, oh, you dropped out. Okay, cool. Like, what's your career? We feel the need to embellish our stories, even though we don't need to, and we actually probably shouldn't embellish it just based on like a moral perspective and consistency. But we still do it because like it's this weird need to like please these people we actually don't care about, right? And you can see this not just in like small little conversational things, but at a grander scale where it's buying luxury goods that they don't care about, but they feel the need to embellish who they are as a person with their stuff. And okay, I'll pause at the end. Talk to me.
Okay, so interrupting you there. So another thing that just came to mind is, what if having those people like see you in that way? What if that goes back to a different part? If they see you in that way, like they like you, they respect you, wouldn't that give you leverage over them? And that's why we want that so bad.
Yeah.
Is because okay, so what I mean by that is that they would be more likely to listen to what you say. So meaning if you were to tell them to like, hey, can you go do this thing, or you need to do this and this thing will happen, they will believe you and take your word on it because you've proved to them that you have all this form of success.
Yeah. So let me pause right here. This is like the main point with what I talk about for needs. Why would you want, right? Why would you want to have so much power and influence over other people, especially when you don't need it, right? So like the idea is I want luxury goods to status myself so I can convince other people to do what I want. But what do you want? Because if you're at that level where you have luxury, then you can already afford a home, then you can already get all the food and water that you want. And it's like this psychological thing or like biology thing where you realize we're much more attuned to negative stuff when you make content. It's never always about just pure positivity. It might be at the end because that's where people like already are hooked, lined, and sinkered. But at the very beginning of videos or even news cycles, it's purely negative because that's what captures people's attention biologically. And also biologically, we want to care about how other people view us. But like at a certain point, we've evolved out of that. It doesn't really matter about like Joe Schmo and the guy we work with or the random people at the cruise.
I'm sorry, I kind of lost the point there. So you're talking about how we pay attention to negative stuff because it captures our attention, but then you round it off with being positive. That was kind of what I got there.
No. Okay. So the main point was biology, right? Because the point you were trying to make is biology as well, where biologically, like our human nature is to want to please other people because we want control over them. Because if we get control over them, why would we want control, right, Nath? Like you tell me.
Because it gives you power.
Right.
Like look at all the leaders, for example, leaders that in like past lives, like Genghis Khan, for example, is like, why did he want to do all the things that he did? Because it gave him leverage over everyone.
Yeah. Okay. But like the point is he didn't need it, right? He wanted to do that, right? And like that was his passion where like it's the maximum fulfillment of life. But the main idea is like a need, right? He didn't need all that influence because at a certain level, small time general, even soldier, if he didn't risk his life, then security, home, food, water, shelter, like same thing, all that is already fulfilled. And like the passion aspect is, and passion purpose, same thing pretty much, depending on like perspective and context, but pretty much same thing, passion, purpose. He only did it for like the sake of passion and purpose. Does that make sense? So like that's what he wants. Right. So like that's what he wants. And what I'm saying is a lot of people put all this effort towards this diminishing return, but they don't want it.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. So the fact that we're even talking about him right now, after how long has it been? Like how long has it been since he's died?
Good while.
Like hundreds of years, yeah. So could that go back to like the prophecy thing that you mentioned earlier with the hierarchy of needs, to where there's like this external purpose that you feel for yourself, that you need to achieve this certain thing. So I read in a book once, I forgot what book it was, but I know it was in a book to where we have this need essentially to where we have like a self-fulfilling prophecy, to where it's not out of like what you want, but mainly because we're all selfish. So you want people to remember you for generations because we're all selfish. We all care about ourselves. So all of that, could you say everything that he did was for this exact reason, because he was selfish and it was a need to like fulfill that purpose in him, to where we're still talking about him to this very day, like hundreds of years later?
Yeah, so honestly, honestly, I don't think about stuff that like doesn't have an easy answer or doesn't benefit me. And I have no idea, right? I'm sure like there's an answer you would want to hear. I have no idea, just because he's fucking dead, right? It's like a while ago, so you don't know.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Right, but like simple psychological thing, people want to do things because it's good. It feels good for them, right? People like, oh, it's crazy if you do it in a mathematical sense. Why would you give money to a homeless person? Because it feels good. It feels good that you give money to the homeless person, right? But sometimes people don't give money to homeless people because it would feel worse than it would feel good. So it's quite simple, right? We don't know if, so like cause and effect, there's an effect. We don't know if like the reason why he did it was like, or whatever, causation, correlation. We don't know why he's very successful right now. People still remember him. We can't know. I don't know why he did it. Maybe it was for a completely shorter term idea where he just wanted a lot of power. No clue. They're rising. And that's like, I just don't want to, because it's like an endless topic, if that makes sense.
What if, okay, this is going to sound fucking crazy. Okay, no, I probably shouldn't say this. It sounds so stupid. Okay. Okay, no, this is going to sound stupid as fuck, but I'm going to say it anyways.
All right, yes.
What if, right? Okay, I'm joking here. I got to make this clear that this is a joke.
Very
what
funny.
if Genghis Khan was actually just like a frat boy all along? He just wanted to fuck.
Yeah.
And that was his journey. He just wanted to have sex all the time.
Okay.
And that was it, because it felt, okay, I'm not. This is the stupidest shit ever. It's so stupid.
Is this like a YouTuber thing where like you're like an analogy?
No, I'm literally just being stupid right now. I'm just making shit up.
I mean, I don't know. Like here's the thing: you can make any point about Genghis Khan, unless neither of us are historians or know much about him. So we can make any point, and like he goes, okay, yeah, that's a good point, bro. Genghis Khan wanted to fuck, and I bet there were a bunch of aliens that gave him like special leadership abilities for sure, right? Like,
Oh yeah, the special alien head.
possible. We don't even know. Like, how would I know? Like seriously, there's no way like backtrack that. But
What if he was actually just a freaking idiot, and there was something in his brain that told him that you need to do this right now, or else you're gonna be stupid for the rest of your life?
yeah, back in the day, actually, I was looking into it. There were different living conditions for parasites, and it was very easily, it's not as sanitary as it was today. So it's even possible where he was taking a piss and some worm, some small little bacterial thing went up the stream. It's still a thing today, but where it's at a more microscopical level, and it can control his brain. And we can keep on talking about. But honestly, I really like this
Okay,
conversation.
I'm never peeing ever again. I'm not gonna pee anymore.
Yeah. But honestly, I really like this conversation because it helped me realize as well. I mean, I always come to this conclusion. I'm probably not gonna go back to college, right? It's like it's more of like a want that I don't want, right? So I know what I want, right? So maybe like fake wants would be a better way to describe it. There are a lot of fake wants in life. And I'm talking for myself, but there's a lot of fake wants in life, and it's like an easy distraction where you could see those random like rappers that buy a bunch of chains. They don't even want it. It's a fake want. And then over time, once they're more established or even go broke, they come to the conclusion, I don't know why I did it. It was a bad financial option. It was a fake one, because they're in this entire context where they are expected to live up to a certain expectation, and that's what makes them buy those chains. And that applies not just to rappers, but in every little facet of life, where it's like going to college, buying that luxury car, all that kind of stuff. And those are fake wants. At least for me, those are fake wants. For some people, that could literally be their passion. I think my passion is leaving a genuine, like, informational, positive impact to the world. That's why I do YouTube, because it's like a purpose, passion type of thing. I also like looking at cool shit and like experiencing different parts of the world, learning. So that's another reason why I like cruising so much. It's cheap, right? But let's say I had no money, I'd still cruise because it's a lot of fun. But main idea is I get to experience a lot of new things, different places, beautiful views, meeting different types of people. You wouldn't meet at college. Old people, disabled people. I wouldn't meet them at disabled people. Old people exist at college, but you know.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off here. I have a question for the cruise.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What percentage of the people would you say were like morbidly obese?
Not much. I mean, like, here's the thing. I was talking to a big YouTuber. He lives in like the Philippines, and he was talking about how fat are people in America? Because like that's a stereotype. Like school shootings in America. I have no clue. It's my normal. Okay. Obese people don't realize. I remember I made a video on TikTok. There's this TikToker that is obese, but nobody realized it because it's so normalized. But like being obese is like a little bit fat, like a little bit chubby, having enough for a double chin. I think that's bordering the level of obese. Oh shit. Right. But like at a certain level, if you naturally have a double chin without forcing it, like that's obese. So if that's the question, the statistics are correct. Like 30-40%, right, of people there are obese because they're living their luxury life. They don't need more food. They're in like diminishing returns type of level where they're just eating it for satisfaction. Yeah, good amount of fat people. I honestly thought you were gonna ask about how many young people are there.
No. Okay. Mainly the reason I asked is because last time I went on a cruise was about like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was like the one thing that I could see. I kid you not. Okay.
Fat
so
people?
you say like probably about like, yes. So you mentioned like 30%. I kid you not, dude. There had to be at least 80% of the people on this cruise were over 300 pounds, like minimum.
That's I don't believe that.
So
where did you go?
I'm being
what
so serious, dude.
What was the age?
It was Carnival Cruise.
Yeah,
it was probably
same.
like the cheapest cruise you can get. It was like I'm not sure if you know about the ship. I forgot. Okay, I don't remember the exact name, but I know it was like on the news for being
the
terrible.
Sunrise. Yeah. Oh, because like there's a poop thing that happened to it.
No, okay, I'm not sure if it was that one, but I remember it like one of the smokestacks like caught fire, but you could like visibly see it from the distance that it was like black on top of it, and that it was like visibly damaged.
Yeah.
So I went on that boat.
How was it?
So it was. I gotta tell you, man.
Be honest, man.
The main
I love
carry.
It's completely fine if you don't like it.
Oh no. I was just gonna talk about something completely different.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna talk about Guy's Burger Joint. Completely carried that boat for me.
That shit was good, huh?
I could just walk in. It was so weird how it was just included in the price. I could just walk up to them, just be like, "Yeah, can I have 2 triple cheeseburgers, please?" And then they wouldn't ask me to pay for anything. It's just like, "Okay, here you go, sir.
Yes.
Take it right now."
It's if you do the math, it's unbelievable. So it's gonna take a long time because I made a video on the cruise, but like I'm thinking of long term. I want to be like an entire Rambo channel, not like a drama channel. I want it to be about me. So I'm going to do cruise content. But when I was working on that video, I was doing research for like the stakes of the video. In California, it costs around, if you like a normal lifestyle, right? If you're an adult and don't live with your parents, it's like around $170 per day to live here, right? $170 for food, shelter, water.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And on the cruise, you pretty much get everything I talked about. But again, for me, I paid like around $40 a day. And remind you, I'm eating steak. I slammed 3 fucking lobsters in one night. And
okay, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it's like the arbitrage, the financial difference is like so crazy on a cruise, and there's something wired on my brain. Probably my parents raised me that way. Such a good deal. It's such a good deal. So
dude, I gotta tell you, I'm the dude. Speaking of like food and deals, I'm the deals man when it comes to food. Like everyone always comes to me when they need like a deal on food or something. So sorry, camera.
What's a good deal?
Okay.
What's a good deal?
Okay. So right now, it's actually it's gonna end in 45 minutes. So today only, or this is the last day.
Right. It's
do you guys have
yeah.
Shake Shack over there?
Yeah, we do. Like buy one get one free burger.
Yes, I've been abusing that for like the last 3 days. Okay, you could also go to Krispy Kreme. You could wear a costume; they'll give you a free donut.
Yeah, I bet.
What else? Zaxby's has a buy one get one free 10-piece wings today as well.
Yeah,
that's another one. There's also another app that I have called Too Good to Go. If you know what that is.
I know what that is for sure. I do.
Dude, I went into Krispy Kreme and I got 24 donuts for $1 one time. I'm being so serious.
Wow. See, we're very alike. I remember I saw TikTok. By the way, I don't know what was gonna happen, but I saw TikTok where someone found a bunch of donuts in the dumpster from Krispy Kreme. I was like, hey babe, like this would be a fun date. So we pulled up to like a Krispy Kreme. No, dude, that shit stunk. We didn't even find anything. Everything was locked. It's gross. You don't want to touch it. But I don't know what would happen if we did find those donuts. Maybe eat them. I have no clue. But
it's funny. Okay, it's funny you mentioned that. I was actually at Krispy Kreme today, and like I drove around the back because that's just kind of like the entrance.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
not for that.
It's like
Not for
scoping out
that.
the
Not for that
scene,
exact
huh?
reason.
Okay.
Yeah, scoping out the scene. No. It's because I was coming from like a different angle. So it's like a big shopping plaza where I was.
Yeah.
To where there's like an intersection. I came in. I was just going behind a restaurant as like a shortcut, so I can cut through like a different intersection because there's normally like a long line of cars there that I have to wait through. So if I just drive in the back of this area, I would just avoid that entirely. So I was driving through there, and yeah, it's the same thing to where it's like it's blocked off by like wooden pallets. It was weird. It was blocked off by wooden pallets, but I didn't really smell anything. Probably because I didn't walk around that area. I just kind of drove by. But yeah, Krispy Kreme, they up their defenses. You can't go dumpster diving anymore.
I think it depends on the location. Give me a second. I got to scream to my sister. All right, I give up. I'm gonna text her.
Dang it! I was.
It's Halloween, and I didn't want to turn on the lights. Turn on the lights downstairs in case trick or treaters come.
They're already on.
Oh, they're on?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, no one ring our doorbell then. Oh. Okay, I mention it because we have candy to give out, but at least in my neighborhood, it used to be like a big poppin' thing that slowly died off. I don't know if like Halloween's dying off. Probably not, but I think maybe the neighborhood just grew up. No clue.
No, I think it's fell off entirely because it's completely dead in my neighborhood. Like there's no one around here that does trick or treating anymore.
What? No one does trick or treating?
Okay, no. In my specific area, like my neighborhood, it's completely dead. But in different areas, like different parts of town, it's like I hear it's pretty active.
Yeah,
but only in like the rich areas, like only the rich ones.
No, yeah, same thing for me. There's no longer like every neighborhood people trick or treat, but there are now designated go-to areas that's in the know where you trick or treat. So like last trick or treat or Halloween, I don't go to parties. It's not my thing. But I dressed up as like a chef to go on like trick or treating with my girlfriend. And there's this whole section in my area where they like giant entire neighborhood, all Halloween themed, giant fucking everything. It's so big, they even closed off like the streets for these like big houses to trick or treat in. So there's more extreme stuff, but there's also more extreme on the other side where no one's going to trick or treat at certain places, but everyone is at certain places as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's just like that everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, this was a great conversation. I went to this like planning on being vulnerable. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I'll be honest, right? I was just like, I'm considering going back to college. But after the conversation, I don't think I will. But what about you?
Okay, so I think a big thing that you said was that one video isn't going to completely change your life to where it can lead to things getting better, but it won't completely change it. But so I've seen like a bunch of different channels of where there was one guy specifically, I think his name was Astro Spiff, that I watched his rise to where he went from like 1,000 subscribers to 1 million in like 3 years. But it was just one video for him that blew up. And then everything else just started getting like a million views, each and every single video, all the way up until he just hit like 1 million subscribers.
Okay.
And that just got me thinking, like, it really can be just that one video that changes everything. Or have you ever heard of Find 404, the guy that did I trained like David Goggins for 100 days?
Yeah.
So that's another one. He did one video, got 10 million views, and now that's his career now. Like that's all you see now. Like that video, that alone got him 200,000 subscribers. Now he has a career online, and he's just widely known now because of one simple video.
Okay, so there's multiple points I want to attack, and like number one, right? Like at least for me, I don't know about you, but like that's not my goal, because that's his whole thing now, where he just does like those physical challenges. He's stuck already. He might as well be stuck in a 9 to 5, because he's pretty much a slave to those types of formats where he can't do anything he actually wants to. But I'm almost certain everyone who does social media doesn't want to be stuck in the same format, right? The ideal is you're a Joe Rogan or Moist Critical, where you can do whatever you want and it works out. But like that's like a long-term thing that like needs to be heavily considered. That's why I talked about tool belts and like different tools for different situations. You don't use the same one for everything, but you always have it handy. I think that's like a benefit to having a video go or do viral or do good. You have tool belts where you can start using tools over time. You get better and better tools, right? But like it's like this, at least for me. Also, another point, it's like the perspective of luck, right? I think you're better prepared if you view yourself as super unlucky and you work with like a strong foundation. So like, even if I do get a viral video, it's I'm sure it happens to people, right? You mentioned it, but how many videos are you gonna upload on YouTube like every day? Like thousands, millions, maybe. I have no clue. It doesn't even happen, like, at least for me, it doesn't even happen at least once a day where there's one new YouTuber that becomes viral, makes a whole career off of like a viral video. It's highly unlikely. And last point, if I wanted to get more views, I would format my videos in a way that would get views. At least that's how I see it. And when I talk about that, I think, well, maybe I should format to get more views. I don't know. I have to think about it.
I mean, that is YouTube. That's literally the entire game.
Yes. As in, like, so the reason why I don't format in ways to get more views is because it becomes like a thing where you please the audience, right? Like,
yes.
As much as I don't like Moist Critical, he kind of figured it out where he gets to post wherever he wants and it still succeeds. But I think that's not like the type of videos he posts, but how long he's been on the platform. But most videos, I hop on Twitter, there's people doing like 7 levels of X, Y, and Z. There's always like comparison challenge type of videos where that does good. It just, it
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop you right there.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So you mentioned how he can do whatever he wants. But I also remembered earlier, you want to be known as like the Rambo channel, not like a drama channel.
Yeah.
So is that why you do your videos in that certain way? Not exactly for views. Of course, there is some aspect to that to structure in a way that people will understand it. Yeah. But essentially, at the end of the day, you want to be known for you and not for drama.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes. And your point earlier was that you still believe in, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind, but like your belief would be you keep on posting, you have the hope that one video will bang. And with that one video, it's going to like steamroll into something much larger.
Yes.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, let's look at your success. You already have. So, looking at a small-time YouTuber perspective, right? We were all there at some point. What's your most viewed video? I'm sure you would know. Like 700K.
I think 530K.
Right.
I think.
Right. When you were starting off, was that like the metric of what you wanted? Like that, it's like that one video, that one viral video.
Okay. Yes, really, because that was really the turning point in my channel. Because before then, I think I had like 1.3K subs before that video like blew up. So every video that I would put out, on average, it would take about a month to get 200 views. But then every single video after that, still to this day, every single video I uploaded after that would get 200 views within the first hour. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in a really good case, it would get 200 in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, and you know, this is how I see it, right? If you look at a chart far away enough, it looks like exponential or like stagnates or linear even. But we all know, that's how I view it. Stagnant, good video, and then just like maintains and boom, boom, boom. It's like this, it just like shoots up, right? So you'll be posting a bunch of videos, then it'll shoot up. You have a new standard, like that's it. So I mean that's how I view it, at least. Where with YouTube, I'm not trying to get a video. I get the thought process where you shoot up so high, your new standard is like super high. I don't even think that's like sustainable. I don't think that's like a healthy way to grow either.
Okay, that's why I always try to look at it from like a perspective of if a video is doing really bad for my channel standards, I always try to ground myself in looking back at it as, well, it's still doing way better than before this video blew up. So we're still not at like square one. So that's really like how I look at it. So when a video does bad, I'm just like, well, at least it's not doing as bad as when I had like 1K subs, basically.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't even think about stuff like that because it doesn't matter, you know? Because at first it's like cope for me where I'm coping myself to like, okay, this is fine. And then I realize, well, it is fine. But then also me realizing it is fine doesn't change anything. So I don't even think about stuff like that anymore. I don't have YouTube Studio on my phone. So I don't even check like statistics on my videos anymore. I just worry about like the next, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Cool.
sorry. My hair is terrible right now. Yo, here's my forehead. Here you go.
Normal size forehead.
Normal size. Hold on. Let me make it look bigger. There you go. It's infinite. It goes on forever. You don't see
Dude,
hairline.
that's bad, bro.
I'm bald.
That's bad. Yeah, but good conversation, Noth. Is there anything that you wanted to like top off, cherry on top, before we close this?
I feel like if I keep on going, we're just gonna be here for like another 2 hours or something.
Easily.
So no, yeah, I think that was incredible. I love that conversation. It's like there isn't too many people that want to sit down and go into like a deep conversation. So yeah, I'm about to go into it again. Like,
Go
don't
for it.
respond.
Go for it. Don't force it.
No,
I'm gonna
don't
respond.
Don't
Go
respond.
for
We're gonna be here for like the next 5 hours, bro.
Yeah, 100%. But
Okay,
what
well,
is
if we're
it?
gonna do that, dude. Deals, food, dude. What are some good deals in California? What's like considered a good deal? Is Costco like the holy grail of everything over there?
It is. I mean, honestly, I've been trying to get or live a more healthy lifestyle. So like the best deal is just cooking your own food.
Yes.
But have you heard of Grocery Outlet? I think it's only it's only in California, and like the only
Okay, yeah, that's why.
problem with Costco is that you have to pay for a membership and you have to buy in bulk. I don't have to pay for a membership because my mom owns a business, so she has multiple memberships to give out. Woo! What do you pay for that?
Me and my mom split it.
Yeah. Same thing, bro. Same thing. And So Grocery Outlet's like an only California thing where they pretty much buy things that are close to expiration, and it's way better priced than Costco, and you don't buy in bulk, and you don't pay for membership. So that's like the real discount where you pretty much good deal. I pull up. Let's, for example, right? You know Magic Spoon, like the protein cereal company. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's half off. So one box of protein cereal would be $10. I bought like 3 today for 15. So it's just half off, right? So everything there is literally half off. It's about to expire. I'd say like a month or 2 months before expiration. And I just I slam that. And I also cook. Cooking's very good. That's it. I don't eat out as much anymore. I used to be a McDonald's motherfucker. I used to go crazy with McDonald's.
Dude, it's bad. I eat out like basically every day because of all the deals.
Yeah,
So-
same. But here's the difference. I think a big reason that helped me stop was that when I eat fast food, I got acne so quickly and so easily. It's almost like after the day, I get acne right away. You get some on your neck?
Kind of, yeah.
But none on your face?
There. I guess right here, but that's just because of like shaving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a dirty person.
Wait a second. Why don't you grow a beard?
Because it looks horrible whenever I grow it out. Oh my gosh. Dude, whenever I grow my beard, it goes up to like here and then it stops. It just goes down. and then it's like uneven on the other side, and it makes me look like a 17-year-old going through puberty. So I just shave it off.
No, I only say it because like I used to be like a looks maxer and shit, and cringe to say, but like realistically, people who can grow a beard, that's a thing you should exploit because you can pretty much shape your face with a beard.
No, I feel disgusting whenever it's like in those stages of growing because it grows like a lot down there. So whenever I like look down, I can feel all the hairs like crunching. It's like, ew.
Yeah,
That's another reason.
Someone said, you say you are tuned in, right? You know about the carnivore diet? I do. Carnivore diet is dumb and gay. Everyone knows that. Like everyone, do you know about it at all? You look like you work out.
Yeah, yeah. I used to do it, and then I did it for 3 days before I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm sick of meat now.
Yeah, it's quite obvious that there's like a big lack in nutrition if you only eat meat. But completely different conversation that I'm not qualified for. But a quick Google video search will. Here's the I don't eat vegetables though. It's only like fruits, carbs, and meat. And Greek
Dude, I
yogurt.
feel you, man. I
love
don't like vegetables.
Wait.
I don't like vegetables.
By the way, I think the podcast would have ended by now, but Greek yogurt.
See, this is right, man. We just keep on going.
Yeah.
Yes, please keep going.
Conversations are easy. That's another reason why I want to do like the podcast, just because I love talking to people. That's why I go on cruises, because I get to meet different types of people I normally wouldn't. Right? I'm meeting people my age. I'm meeting old people, disabled people, fat people. There's like a large variety. Black people, white people. I never meet those type of people. Anywho,
You're telling me they don't exist in California? What?
no, they do. They do. I'm talking about like my lifestyle. I'm just inside working, walking, and like.
Oh,
that's it. Yeah. Cause like so I don't even work, bro. So I'm just here, just cranking out YouTube videos. So there's like there's no opportunity to socialize. Anyway, I wasn't gonna say. Oh, I'm gonna put you on. Get Greek yogurt. You work out, right? Do you eat Greek yogurt at all?
Mm-hmm. I do have some actually. It's like the Great Value Greek yogurt because
Right.
it doesn't taste like shit.
Do you eat it by yourself, or do you eat it like raw by itself, or do you like put stuff in it?
No, I just take it out of the container and just eat it.
No fucking way.
The
Serious?
no. Okay, no, not the regular one. The regular Greek yogurt tastes like doo-doo ass. I'm
talking
sorry,
about, like,
it tastes like
I'm thinking of like zero fat Greek yogurt. So like the protein calorie
that tastes
ratio.
okay.
No,
yes.
okay, go
so
ahead.
Those taste like crap. Those taste like crap. But I'm talking.
Okay, go ahead,
I'm
go
talking
ahead.
about. Okay. I'm talking about like the Great
fat.
Value ones.
Yeah.
Yes, like maybe like 2% fat in there, to where it's like 80 calories and like 13 grams of protein. Like those ones,
Right.
yes, those ones are pretty good. Those just taste good. But I
okay.
tried raw Greek yogurt by itself, and oh my gosh, no, never by itself ever again. At least not in that form.
No, because here's the thing. Greek yogurt is delicious. I pretty much eat it with everything. So for example, right?
You're a psychopath. I'm sorry, you're weird.
Bro. So imagine this. I used to work at Chipotle. Sour cream elevates it to another level, but that's just fat. It's just like not like you being fat. You are fat if you get sour cream. It tastes good though.
It's like the
But
fat in the food.
It's literally just fat, right? And so for example, one of my go-tos would be I cook some lean ground beef and then just a scoop of Greek yogurt, smack it in. I mix it together, throw in hot sauce, sriracha, and then I grab like a protein tortilla. Maybe I fry in the fat it had earlier. So good. Or even just a cheese quesadilla, right? Protein, tortilla, and then I throw in some whatever type of cheese I want, and then I just dip it in Greek yogurt. It tastes like a quesadilla with sour cream. And like the protein calorie ratio is off the charts. And let's say you want it as a dessert, maybe a protein snack, throw in some protein powder, cold frozen blueberries, even a little bit of crushed up cereal, protein cereal. It's a dessert. It's Greek yogurt is so good. It works with me very well. It's good for your guts. Greek yogurt's like OP. I would definitely.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm fighting my hair today.
Dude, you look.
It's like
normal.
it looks. Okay,
like,
for
it's
me,
thin
it's like
at
I
some
want
point?
it. Yeah, okay, so normally I like to have it like as like a fringe, so it like spikes out in a way, but it's like smooth, so it's like messing with me.
Did you
to me,
shampoo
it looks like
recently?
crap. I did.
Yeah. That. How often do you shampoo, by the way?
Maybe like once every 2 days, just about.
You can lower it way less. I shampoo like once every like a month. Not even kidding.
Just walk around like greasy hair all the time.
It depends, right? Like this looks greasy, right? It doesn't even look greasy. It looks like I have product in it, right? And then boom, it's like dry.
It looks fine.
Yeah, it's like dry and spiky. Well, here's the thing. It's like this whole deep thing. Like Luke's maxing goes deep. It's not like, depending how deep you go, right? Unless hard maxing, soft maxing, like bunch of stupid shit. But one of the many things, right? I even made like a whole eyebrow darkening product that didn't sell well. But the whole idea is, shampoo cleans your hair by removing a lot of like the oils, but also removes the good oils. So if you shampoo often, it overproduces the oils to compensate. So when you hop off, your hair gets super greasy, like very quickly, but over time, your oils will adjust, and then it's more of like you don't hop off immediately, but you slowly taper it off so your hair could adjust. And here's the truth, okay? It feels way better. Your hair is like much more alive because when I, by the way, viewers would notice it, or at least one guy, maybe he's like tapped in as us or as me, but when I shampoo, my hair gets like extremely flat and everything. And yeah, I would recommend no shampoo if that's like the route you go down. With no
So what you're
shampoo.
telling me is that I can be a lazy bastard all day and not have to wash my hair.
I'm being so for real, bro. It's a whole thing. It's called like no poo. No poo.
No poo.
Yep, that's the thing. It's no
Dude,
poo.
try not to poop challenge. No more pooping.
Yeah, it went super viral on TikTok where there was like this guy that was like, fuck your shampoo, right? And everyone's like, oh,
Yes, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah. And you know, that guy has like a whole like company now where he sells shampoos. Funny, but like his products are very good. And because I have like, I don't know how many followers I have, like more than maybe 10, more than 10K on like TikTok. I always request for free samples. Those guys send it immediately, bro. So I have like a bunch of their products that I use for free. Yeah, but
My gosh.
I don't use a shampoo though, right? Because like the point is you don't really need it. I use it if I swim or I do like a very sweaty workout, but I don't sweat often. Yeah, just like no shampoo. I do use it if it gets like fucked up, but I rarely use it. I condition like once a week though. Conditioning does like the same cleaning effect for me. super random. Super relevant.
I agree. Like I have nothing to add. I just agree.
No, yeah, it looks like something's going on in my chat where it's like someone's arguing. A modicum, am I reading that correctly? Skepticism goes a long way. Carnivore isn't cope, nor is it looks maxing, original, or whatever. It is merely the ideal human diet for health. That's not true. I too recommend no shampoo. Appeal to nature, final boss. Correct. Appeal to nature are simply logical deductions when we are talking about what we evolved specifically. So, yo, what do you think about that guy in chat? By the way, he's like, oh yeah, we should definitely like go back to nature.
This is what I think.
Yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Appeal to nature works sometimes, right? Like, I never wash my hands when I piss. Why? I just don't want to. No good reason. But like, obviously, I recommend someone to wash their fucking hands, especially if they piss. That's like gross. And especially if you, I mean, like, I don't know what the guy's on, but yeah. Anything else? I'm pretty much just have time. I know you have time or anything.
I mean, I'm
excuse
really
me,
just
you-
here
you-
now. Like,
Yeah. Talk to me.
no, I mean, I'm good. I was gonna go somewhere tomorrow
Yeah.
at like 6 in the morning.
Whoa,
Like
what are you doing, bro?
I texted. See, that's the thing. Keyword. I was going somewhere,
Okay.
and then it was gonna be to help someone out, like removing a fence that was supposedly gonna take like 6 hours.
For fun or
But then
like, illegal?
No, like legal thing. Like it was to help someone out because they needed help, just like taking out a fence so they can put in a new one. And so
Okay.
I was going to, and I was texting him like, hey, I still haven't gotten the address yet. And apparently like they never heard back. So like, okay, well, I guess I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm here now. I got time. Camera, focus, stop. Okay, there we go.
Okay. So there's a few things I
good?
want to talk about. Number one, I usually say no to things like okay, sorry. My chat is so funny. Someone says crusting is natural, bro. The heck is crusting? I have no clue. I have no idea what crusting is. I think there's a lot of interpretations.
I think I know what that means, and
Yeah.
that's pretty nasty.
What does that mean? Is it like the dick, or what are we thinking about?
No. If I'm correct, I think that means when you let the poop dry.
Yeah,
in the
that
crack.
was my second guess. Yeah, I mean crusting is natural for sure. So, yeah. But my other point is that something you would do for fun, like grabbing the fence and stuff? Because usually,
Dude, hell yeah, I would crust for fun all the time. No,
No, the fence,
But-
the fence thing, like moving fences.
moving. I mean, I guess it's like a one-time thing. I wouldn't mind it. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were gonna pay us for it.
Oh no way.
But yeah. So it was
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
like a job,
Oh.
like a
Yeah.
like a gig. But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I guess we're not doing it anymore. So I got all the time.
Dude, I love stuff like that where you get paid for like doing stuff with your friends. It's pretty much like you guys hanging out and getting paid.
No, literally.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago. I remember I volunteered, but you get paid for volunteering for like a high school thing, and I invited a girl. So it was like me and a girl on a date, and we got paid, and I was getting my volunteer hours. It was like a fucking quadruple whammy, and it was, at least for me, mentally so satisfying.
I was trying to make a joke there, but then it just sounded so stupid. I was gonna say like, you're killing two birds with one stone, but it's a quadruple. So like, you're basically killing a family at that point with one stone. But then I thought like, I don't think you should say that.
No, that's fine. See, that was a good joke. I think the problem with like those type of jokes in a real conversation would be it's a lot to set up. You need to like do a hella setup for that to for the punchline to be good. But yeah, yo, Florida. I was thinking of going to Florida as well for a cruise. Have you seen Alaskan cruises?
I have. I've never been on one, but I have seen them.
Beautiful, bro. That's what I want to do. Here's the thing. I can afford it, but the excursions, right? So like once you get off the boat, they drop you off in random places. I want to experience shit. I want to experience life. That's like, I'm talking about money right now. Like this is not a need. This is a want, right? There's like snow dogging with or what is it? Sledding with dogs or some shit where you're on a sled, the dogs running you around. There's like helicopter things where you're flying above like ice and stuff. That looks so fun, but it's so expensive. And the price of, at the very least, a cheap cruise for Alaska for 10 nights is $1,000. Dude, $1,000 already. Think about it.
Dude, that's not that bad. That's actually like, that's a really good deal.
$1,000 for my 6-night cruise itself is already amazing, right? Like that itself is already a good deal.
That's a really good deal,
right? But and then it's 10 nights. I'm going to fucking Alaska. I would buy that like right now. I just want to save. Actually, you tell me. I'm thinking of, let's say I enjoy it. Maybe I want to do it again. Should I do like a broke version where I take no excursions and then I do like a time where I have my money where I do every excursion? Like, actually, I love your input. What do you think about that?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. First thing, so we're both YouTubers.
Yes.
So what if you expand your reach so far to where you just know somebody in Alaska? You just call them up and be like, "Yo, I'm about to arrive on this cruise. Do you just have like the dogs ready already?" And then bam, you do that for free. And the helicopter thing, they'll just know you. They'll just be, "Oh, that's Rambo. That's right. Yo, dude, I know you. Do you want to like ride with us for free?" Bam, broke version.
You know what's funny?
It's not broke because you need influence for that.
I made a cruise video. I was like, oh yeah, I bet a cruise company would like so sponsor this because it would just make sense like financially. But then I realized the only time they give away free cruises is when they have like a brand new ship and they invite like influencers to go on the ship. I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck. No new ship is coming out. So I was like, okay, that option is closed. And then there's other like, I have this for a thing planned for my live stream. What I try to do is I don't want to live stream like fucking doing jack shit. I don't want to put on like the entertainment mode. It's just not who I am. So my thought process would be something along the lines of just being productive while live. And one of the things is reaching out to sponsors. And I remember there are a bunch of like travel sponsorships where if you're big enough, they'll pay for your travel expenses and even give you money. And I'm not big enough, but that was like,
that's an absolute. Oh, okay, no. How big do you have to be exactly?
I don't know. Well,
like,
I will say,
do you just need over 100K, or do you need like to average a certain amount of views per video?
My channel specifically is not about traveling, so that could be the case, but I don't know. I apply at 20. I'm at 30 now. Maybe my chances are increased by 33%. I have no idea. I'm going to go again, though. I'm going to apply to... Dude, I applied to a gambling sponsorship, right? Bro, I almost secured the bag. I didn't secure the bag.
What like rain bet or something?
Steak. I was gonna work with steak, bro. I was literally
Dude, how much do they pay? How much?
Lot.
Like that's gotta be a dude.
Lot. If you watched like a few of my videos, right? I actually exposed it. I know this like social media manager guy, right? So I do see the value. Actually, now that I think about it, all I need to do is just mindlessly grow the channel to like 50K, maybe grow the short form accounts as well. And like the money actually comes in because there's this guy, Instagrammer, by the way. So it's like a less valuable audience, but Instagrammer has 200,000. He just walks around like asking girls like, "Oh yeah, what do you think about short guys?" Right? And then they're like, "I hate short men." And there's, "Oh yeah, step on the scale." Right? That's his whole content. 200K, by the way. So there was a guy the social media manager guy was working with him, and he secured a deal, I think, for $30,000. I think for 2 months or for a month, for like 10 gambling videos on the short form. So I'm close. I'm not like 200K close, but like I'm close to that. So I'm just
It's in the ballpark. Like it doesn't seem entirely impossible.
Yeah, earning potential is there for sure. And then you enter like the moral aspect. I don't give a fuck. Okay, we're talking about selfishness. I am selfish. I'm going to 100%.
That's right, teenagers. You guys need to gamble too.
Hey, no, not yet.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
that was a joke.
Fuck gambling. Gambling's bad for you until it pays for my vacation. Then I'm definitely going to.
Dude, we gotta take internet anarchist advice. We gotta put it all in black.
Yeah, right. I mean, metaphorically, we have with dropping out, or you never even applied to college, have you, or did you?
No, I never did.
Yeah.
They all asked me like, dude, what college you going to? What are you applying to?
I'm doing YouTube.
I never said that. I just said like I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Now I think that's where it came from. When it was back from when I was like around the time I was graduating high school. When I told him I was doing my own thing, that's when I got the look of like, this guy's a fucking idiot. What the hell? His own thing? Yeah, okay, man. Have fun being homeless on the road.
Yeah.
That's basically how it felt.
Yeah, really. Did you tell people about YouTube in high school? I forgot about that.
No, actually, I didn't tell anyone about my channel.
Right, and really, no one?
Okay, I didn't tell anyone, but there was one person that somehow found out because it just appeared on his recommended.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, which sounds awesome, but it was like one of those people that you don't want them knowing.
What was your size during that time?
That was like when I was starting out. I started my channel senior year, like halfway through senior year of high school.
Yeah.
I think at the time I had like maybe 100 subs, like 90 or 100 subs.
Yeah.
So it was around that, but I think this goes for you as well. Like this is not my first YouTube channel. Like this is probably not your first YouTube channel either. It's just like my third channel now. Mm-hmm. So like I had that experience of making videos before for years ago, like many years ago, but it was okay. You know, like when you have a small channel and people comment like, "Oh my gosh, you're underrated. This video is so good. It's so good. Like I thought you had 1 million subs."
Yeah, all the time.
Yes, it was basically like that, but in real life. So I was like, dude, I didn't know that you can make stuff like that. Well, that's not my first channel. I've been on this for a bit.
So be real with me. Be real with me, okay? I remember I did a collab with Poncho. He's like a commentary YouTuber. He has like 1 million subs, and I was like,
that guy.
Yeah, I did a collab video with him. I was super excited about it. So like I told like I did like 5 sports. So I told like one of my sport buddies like, keep it a secret, man. And that never works out. That's what I realized. Just keep secrets to yourself. Like if you're gay and you don't want people to know you're gay, I'm kidding. I was saying look at you, Nath, but sorry. But I was like, if you have a secret and you want a secret, don't tell anyone. But I told one person and then it just spread like wildfire. It was just I couldn't fan the flames, right? And I remember I told him, I was like, oh man, dude, I was just like at 300 and then I was growing to like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I peaked like 6K, okay? And I remember when people found out, it was like a weird level of glazing. It was never like people didn't make fun of me. People glazed me. People like walk up to me and like, oh, I watched the newest video, really good. It was that type of stuff. It was never like people made fun of me. And here's the thing, I could see through the facade, right? It's more of like the idea of if I'm nice to this person, if he does blow up, then I will be able to like morally guilt him into giving me something, right? It's like, I was there with you. I was at day one. I was there with you from the start. So I deserve a handout. That's how I see it going on. And I remember a teacher even doing that. I was like, it was pretty funny, but I'm not there yet. So I hate to disappoint them, but they get nothing.
Dude, okay, you just reminded me. You
Yeah.
completely. This
happened
happened.
Yeah.
This happens to
This happens
yes,
to everyone,
especially
yeah.
at work. So when my channel first started blowing up from like the life after high school videos, weirdly, like coincidentally, somehow, like when after that was all said and done, I was sitting at around like 6,000 subs, like 6K
Yeah.
subs.
Yeah.
And then like
That might
and then
be the
I
magic
kept on
number.
growing it from there.
Yeah,
Dude, it
but
might actually be. But after that point, I had my coworkers coming up to me and they're like, dude, I saw the latest video, man. You're like, it was so good. But I think like with my style of videos, it didn't really feel like they were saying that as a way to like guilt me in the future into like giving them a handout. It felt more like they related so much to what I was talking about. Of course, I could
Oh,
be
yeah,
stupid
yeah.
here, but
oh yeah, 100%.
but it more or less felt like I really liked that video on a personal level because
Yeah.
it spoke to me deeply.
Yeah, you're right. Negative, right? I should have also highlighted the positive parts. Obviously, there's like people who do support you, who do like your stuff, and they want to see you succeed. But what comes with that also, by the way, this is like so stupid because we're so small, but what comes with that is also like fake people. I remember like there's a group of people. I normally like back in high school, I hung out with a lot of people just to like get a strong understanding of like humans and human habits and like how people think, even though it's like in different groups and cultures and races. And I remember like this group of people I don't really hang out with, you know, they don't really hang out with me. It's like no bad blood, but I remember they started talking to me more. I remember I would like live stream as well, and they would like show up unannounced. This happened one time, but they showed up unannounced to my house to like give me a gift. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Okay,
I'm,
what the heck?
I'm not even as close with you guys like that to like show up unannounced and give me a gift. But I even got
Dude, they're
canceled.
clip farming for you.
Yeah, it was cool. For the 13 viewers in there, I was the coolest guy, bro.
Dude, heck yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it didn't matter. I even got canceled. I remember there was this guy. I made a video. I was live streaming, and there was this person in my school that I thought we were cool with, but then like he saw that video and he like posted like 3 stories about me. It was like, oh, Rambo's this, Rambo that. And it was like this whole thing. People like in group chats, people leaked it to me because people fuck with me. Duh. And he was trying to find my address and shit. It was like, yo, does anyone know Rambo's address? I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like things, like bro, things happen fast. I wasn't even big, bro.
Isn't that illegal at that point?
Dude, no one cares, bro. Like, bro,
Okay,
people have
okay, yeah, true.
people have fights. Like, people dox live streamers all the time. Nothing happens, right? Like, you'll get the news article. He gets arrested, gets a few years, but most of the time, nothing ever happens. And yeah, same thing with the whole situation. Like, I mean, nothing happened because I knew nothing would happen. And I was like, okay, I expected this. Let's have fun with it. Did a response, all that stuff. It was fun. But that's just because high school is very boring. Nobody has nothing better to do, so they pretty much focus on people who have shit going on, if that makes sense.
So let's rage bait this dude and use it to get even more clout. Yes.
It wasn't even clout. I think he was like an incel, ugly guy, like fat Asian ugly guy. That, like,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like he was trying to get girls and shit. He was like he was being a white knight. So for context, I remember you know, like e-girls, like back then it was like content where you just like flirt with girls. Like that was my thing because I had like a perm. I was like, dude, I looked way better back then than I do now. But I remember I was just like flirting with girls. Like that was a bunch of my content. Like, so we talked about like viral videos. My second most viral video was that I was on a Megal and a girl was like, I love you. And I overreact. And I remember I paid like the first girl, I paid like $5 for like an hour to like talk on Discord for content. And it was like this thing where after a certain time, it was like the type of content where we would like talk shit about each other, and he clipped it out of context. And then it was like this whole like, oh, he's an Andrew Tate thing. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to get the girl back onto the call. And then we made fun of him. It was like a fun little wholesome moment. That guy's a loser. It was like a fun, wholesome, like, what is it? Like, if you were from his perspective, it's like haters winning type of thing, right? Everybody loves to see haters winning. So from that perspective, hopped on a call, made fun of him, and yeah, that was that. Everything got buried. But his whole motivation was trying to get a bunch of girls to like him. And yeah, That was very interesting. And at the same time, it also helped me realize there are people who fucked with me, right? But one of them was a girl, but she kept quiet when that whole thing happened. She was like mouth shut because she was part of the friend group that he was in, and she fucked with me. She always fucked with me, and like pure silence. So it taught me early, if that makes sense.
Tell you early about what, like how people react to different situations, or
No, not even that. I knew stuff like that would happen, but more of like an investment in vapid relationships, right? So like, for example, I think it's very easy. You can see this with a lot of celebrities where once things get going, it's not only they start spending a lot of money financially on stuff they don't need, but they also start allowing relationships to enter their life that is not necessary. Just like how they're spending financially, they're allowing relationships to come in unnecessarily, where it's like not important, but because it's so easy to let it come in, and that becomes part of their identity, where I get these relationships really easily. I can make friends really easily. I get girls, men very easily, and I can get money very easily. I buy all of this stuff. It becomes part of their identity. And like that's the thing with how I live now, where I know what I want. I know what I need, right? Where it's like strong relationship with family, siblings, girlfriend. I don't really need friendships that that doesn't make sense. Like, same thing with, I met some guy at the gym I haven't seen in a long time. I don't really like entertain the idea of let's hang out. And when I did go to college, people say, let's hang out, let's go do this. I'm like, no, thank you. Because I know what I need and want, and I'm not looking for other things that are not necessary, if that makes sense.
yes.
Yes.
No, I get that.
Yeah. So that was a fun time. That was a good experience. Bani, by the way, have you seen my most recent Israel video?
I did actually. I thought that one was really interesting.
Yes.
So I'm not even sure if we could even discuss it without.
Probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. But the editor is in the chat. He said hello. So shouts to that guy. He fucking cooked the entire way through, and I made no money off of it, bro. So that was like, logically, that's like a good thing for the channel, but logically that was a very bad financial business investment. So maybe I'm in this like college mood because that was just like eating me up. But yeah, I posted it. That's it. That's all I can do.
No, okay. So after that video, that really did change my perspective on like the whole situation with what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Entirely. Like I saw that, I was like, so it's all just a prophecy that they're trying to fulfill for themselves.
Yeah, and by the way, I want to elaborate on it. There was a bunch of Jews in the comments, right? They're like, I've never heard of this. Israel's never heard of this. Like, that's not the point. The point is not for everyone to know of it, or else the entire thing will be leaked. It's the idea of like secret societies. And Professor Jang is like the guy that I got it from. There's people at a higher level. Just because I'm American, or America as a whole, Americans, most people don't even know that like conspiracy theories with 9/11, moon landings. I don't know where you're at with it. Very obviously fake. Like, very obviously fake from my perspective. Very obviously fake. But a lot of people, the Americans, they don't know that. And the same thing applies to like normal people in Israel. There's like a higher level where there's a secret, and people who don't look for it, they won't find it. It's like that type of idea. And the same thing applies to like a bunch of cults, religions as well. One that's very easy to make fun of. What's the thing in the South Park? South Park, please help me. The South Park, where they made fun of that
where
religion.
Kenny dies?
No, Tom Cruise or whatever.
I never watched South Park. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, yeah, okay. Well, there's like a new religion. They made fun of it, and they made a whole video exposing the entire origins of the religion, where there was like inside guy, and many people in that cult religion didn't even know about it, right? It was like how everything happened was that there was an alien invasion. Aliens came in, and it's like this whole crazy elaborate story. And people who are really deep into the religion, that's when they're told. But just because you're a part of something doesn't mean you know the entire like idea or identity or like higher level of what it is. It's like very obvious stuff, but people just didn't understand it, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. And,
Yes.
I could have explained that, but look at me explaining it right now. It would have completely derailed the topic of the video.
Exactly. No, dude, that's another thing. I leave out a lot of points in a video because it would contradict the exact thing what I said. But I almost feel like it's necessary to say for that exact reason, because it leaves out that certain context. But it's almost like it would take away from the exact point. It would just contradict everything.
Yeah, it's
that makes sense.
yeah, it's. I mean, like, here's the thing. That's a problem everyone comes across if you're trying to be like a YouTuber, a businessman, a college student. It's like deciding, should you put enough time and effort into this? Is it worth it? So it's like, we always decide, and I always think about, oh, I don't want to edit too much, so sometimes I keep it short. But
I feel you, man. I feel you exactly on that one.
Yeah, but like if a topic's worth expanding on, like Kanye or Israel, then I'll spend the time and effort and money to get it done. But sometimes I just make a video for the sake of like making a video. Well, actually, that's not true. All my videos are things I would want to communicate, but it just takes a long time to get the point across. So I make a video about it. Yeah, because like
yes,
yeah. Other than that, I am so tired of talking. And is there anything you want to end this off? And you were right. We did talk for like another hour or two.
No, literally. Well, nothing really, because if I really say anything, then we're just gonna keep talking for another hour.
Scientology. That's what it's called.
Oh, jeez, dude. Did you see the Tommy G video on that?
No, like I'm telling you, bro, I do not keep up with like anything unless it benefits me, right? Sometimes I mess up. I like literally today I watched a whole video about Hamza on steroids. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Maybe I should have said that because
okay. Speaking of which, speaking of that, dude, you somehow, I think it's because of like your whole psychology thing, but
yeah,
you called that entire thing. Did you see the whole drama about that? Like with the falling out with his former best friend, that was like the editor that basically made his entire career what it was or what it is today.
Yeah.
So coincidence, like you upload that video
right before,
and then there was that other guy. Yes, right before everything just unfolded.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll be honest. I'm a great like, I don't know why I love, like talk about passion and purpose. This is like another thing. I think it's like my brain's attributed to it. I remember as a kid, I always wanted to be a therapist. And so I always love psychology. I love like analyzing people, analyzing characters, like media literacy. So those are things that I like. So like with the Hamza thing, here's the thing. Here's the truth, okay? I'll make a bunch of videos and sometimes I'm so ahead of the curve that people will not get it and actually they'll like retaliate. So like the Moist Critical video, for example, right? But nonetheless, sometimes like that video, I knew it was gonna get a lot of hate, but I wouldn't have done it if it only got 7,000 views. I thought it was gonna hit like more than Hamza numbers because he's a bigger name, but I didn't. But like that's fine. Like I make mistakes, but yeah, like Hamza, people already have like a negative affliction towards him, so it was easy to call out. And with the Moist Critical, I was just calling it out with like how I see it. But people like him, the whole thing. But I love psychology. Of course, bro. Fucking obviously, right? With the whole Hamza situation, you can see his whole character. Because that's the thing with YouTube. You can't pretty much like play a character for too long. The shell gets cracked, one would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't be fake, at least long term.
Okay, man, we gotta stop because we're gonna keep on going for like another hour at this.
I know. You gotta sleep, huh?
Okay, so I mean, sleeping is optional at this point. You
popped in your monster like an hour ago or what?
No. I was smart this time.
Okay.
I knew that I need at least some sleep.
Mm-hmm,
so okay, so if I did have one thing to say, I guess sub to my channel at The Real Noth on YouTube, or just look up Noth and you'll see my stuff. If you want to see me complain about life in a very stupid way, you could say, where I explain everything in terms of like go animate memes and Caillou and brain rot stuff, then yeah, that's where you want to go. Because that calendar back there comes to life in my videos. It's quite something that I have to... Dude, okay. That calendar is entirely fed by my Instagram feed.
Oh, okay.
Everything you see there is just from Instagram Reels. That's all it is. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'll shut up now.
No, I know, because here's the thing. I'm about to go on a tangent, yo. Because like, so my analogy with like hurricanes, where there are a lot of things that suck you up and waste your time. For the longest time, I've deleted TikTok. It's like out of my habit cycle. But I used to watch TikTok often because like that's where I get my inspiration and ideas. But I'm experimenting moving forward because if same idea. If you have a lot of restrictions, your creativity goes up. So it's gonna be like a different era, I think, for like Rambo content. I wonder. Like, I have no idea what's gonna happen, but maybe I go back to TikTok. I have no clue, but I removed.
I mean,
TikTok
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have TikTok on my other phone, but my main phone out of there, just because I have like an editor, so I have to make sure she's posting like good shit once in a while. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Dude, you got a whole team going and everything, man. Oh my
No,
gosh, dude.
no,
There's
not-
levels to this.
No, not at all, bro. I have one main time editor, and then I'll like drop money on an editor for like long form if it's worth the video, right? If that makes sense. But dude, long form editing, so expensive. I was talking to that Filipino, like people, like I remember John, if you know who that guy is, he's the editor. I literally like trained him up and everything, and we had like, the guy's greedy to say the least, right? Because normally with my videos, I time it away to like be very efficient with time because I pay him by the hour, and I realized this guy would take a long time to do like a very simple thing. So one of them was like labeling something on what to edit. So the videos, let's say 8-minute video. Do you think it would take someone 3 hours to label what to put on screen? No, not at all. It wouldn't take 3 hours. You have to watch it one time and then watch a second time. Maybe it takes like twice as long, maybe 3 times as long to like figure out what to put in. So boom, that's like,
See, that's why you just do a flat rate for all the videos.
Yeah.
Like if it's this long, you just do that much.
yeah. And I was like, okay, fuck no. Like we're not pulling that shit. And then I was like, okay, flat rate. You're getting paid 30, okay? 30 per video. And it was like, well, editors tell me it's 100. Correct. You're not good. And I trained you and you're from the Philippines. So it's completely different. But it's like this whole thing. So I think at a certain point, 100 won't be much because like I'm thinking about it long term. 100 won't be much. I just have to like get past that great filter. I have to get past that filter, and once I'm there, same thing with ball rolling. It just becomes a lot easier over time.
I sure hope so, man.
No, for sure.
Because I definitely,
for sure.
I still, okay, yes, you're right on that. But like, I'm looking at this from my perspective is that I also need an editor too, because basically at this point, every single video that you've seen on my channel was all done by me.
Yeah.
It was all me.
Yeah.
Except there were some parts where I did have an editor at one point, but even then, like he would send me the stuff, and I just thought like, okay, it's too much to really describe what's wrong with it. So I was like, okay, man, just send me the project file, and I fixed like 90% of it. So at that point, it was basically my video again.
Hop on a call. So or even
No, it was a time zone difference. I couldn't do that.
where would that be?
India.
Nah, I'll be honest. Time zone only exists if like you make it exist. Because I worked with people from the Philippines, obviously like Bani, I think is from Europe. I work with people from Canada. I work with people like, I don't think I've ever worked with an Indian, so I wouldn't know. But our time zones are already different, right? But it can work, right? It can work if maybe that guy was just being like, because usually like if he made a bad edit, maybe he wasn't even like that invested into working with it. But if they're invested, they'll make time. Right? Because like imagine this. Imagine a job interview. You actually want the job. You're not gonna say, ooh, can't make it that time. Like that's it. It's like, okay, I can't make it there, but maybe this time instead. So there's like it's like time zone's different. So my time zone's so different, so is my sleep schedule. So it's like Beni has like a bad sleep schedule. But I don't think it's because like his sleep schedule is bad. I think he wants it. He wants like being an editor so badly that it's because his sleep schedule is messed up, if that makes sense. But
Okay, yeah. You
yeah, like last thing, it's like a human thing where at least like with girls, right? Let's say you want to like set up a date. There's like ways to gauge. There's like many ways, but like one of the ways is like, let's say you have a date. Most of the time they're busy, right? But the whole idea is like you set a time and date, so there's a level of assertiveness, and that sometimes they'll say yes, sometimes they'll say no. Flat out no, that's bad. They say, ooh, I can't make it. How about this day? This is when I'm free. That's way better. That's way better than just asking, ooh, would you like to go on a date? Like, when are you available? Again, you just like assertive, and then you can gauge where they're interested. If they say flat out no, can't make it, then you just like drop it. So like there's a bunch of layers to like socialness and stuff.
Now you made me realize, okay, no. The guy was invested. He did care. It's just that it was okay. It mainly goes back to the point of like what internet anarchists talked about of like not being descriptive enough about the job.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, is that I didn't exactly explain it correctly or was clear enough on exactly what I wanted. I was just like, look at my videos, just copy and paste my style. Look at it. This is how I edit it. Just do that. Because I
Yeah.
thought to myself, like, I've done that before with other channels, with other stuff, because
Yeah.
I had to edit for someone else before, and basically, I mean, not to like brag or anything, but like I
Yeah.
got it pretty good, like on the
I mean,
first
dude,
try.
I mean, like again, I think both their points work, but like same point, you were just more motivated to get it done properly.
I can't even say that. The dude, he watched like a lot of my videos.
Yeah, yeah.
He even like became like a channel member at one point.
Oh wow, wow.
Like, okay, no, that's about it. That's about it. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, dude,
yeah.
we keep on ranting, man. Dude, stop being so easy to talk to, man. You gotta stop this.
I love talking, bro. That's why I do YouTube, bro. It's like, what am I good at, bro? I love talking. If my legs got shot off and I can't do like physical activities anymore, now I'm gonna fucking talk. But yeah. All right, cool. We're gonna stop right there. Noth, thank you for joining the interview channel, everything. Sorry, you're not Sigma. Right. That's for the viewers, not me. I'm super Sigma. But what is it, at the real Noth on YouTube?
Yes, at the real Noth. Or no,
Perfect.
just type in the real Noth, because at there's no like you don't type
Noth,
at like a like
Noth.
where you at. Okay, I know.
If I
Yes,
search up
yes.
NOTH, you'll be there. Other than that, goodbye, peace, Noth.
Okay. One more thing.
you go ahead, go ahead.
My okay. So at one point, my channel fell off so much to the point to where you couldn't even type Noth, and my channel
Yeah.
wouldn't show up. It would just be
Yeah.
like someone else entirely. So you used to have to just type in the real Noth to actually
Uh-huh.
find me. But now that's good to know. I'm relevant enough to where you can just type in Noth and I'm there.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. I feel so bad for Trolled because you search him up, it's a fucking Genshin Impact character that like beats him, bro.
Let me look at this. Hold on. I need to test
sure.
this right now.
Bro, I was talking to Trolled about it, bro. I was like, oh man, so unlucky, man. He just chose the name that is super similar to a Genshin Impact character. I'm like, I feel bad.
Oh, you're not even kidding.
Yeah, I know. I'm not kidding, because
Okay, wait. What if I filter it by channel?
I'm sure. Yeah, by channel.
It's just Genshin Impact.
Really?
Oh no.
Oh wow. Yeah, so Trolled is like a pure algorithm demon, bro. He's just like all his views is straight from the algorithm. Anyway, thank you, Noth. Please leave the call, or else this conversation is gonna go on.
Of course. Okay.
Okay, well, I hope he has a good night. I definitely do. Guys, that was a very, can I say very again? That was a very, very long conversation. Okay. Cool. Guys, that was a lot. Snow Golem God, you definitely seem energetic. You definitely seem energetic. You definitely seem like a cool guy. Fulfilling, wasn't it? Most definitely. I'll tell you one thing though. I am Rambo, Expo, or each. See, now these are the real questions. Expo, all the way. I was an Expo fucking demon, bro. I was an Expo. I was so good at Expo, I created my own Expo deck. But that's a completely different conversation. And because it was different, people thought they could already predict what I was going to do. But I had a completely different card, so it threw them off. I would win every single time. The only time I would lose with Expo is either by level or when I went against my friend. But my friend would know my deck, so it defeated the whole aspect of everything. But yeah, people like us live to speak. Fulfilling, wasn't it? Just call me schizo already. LOL. I was gonna say autistic, but I'm autistic too, right? So I can tell you're like somewhat of a smart guy. Other than that, guys, Slop Live, Fancy-ish, Benny, and then those other YouTubers, which was Internet Anarchist, the other Roblox creator, everyone that might be here, might not be here. Thank you for checking out the live stream. This was way longer than I wanted. I usually do an hour. I usually do 2. Plate, thank you for typing in chat. Guys, I'm gonna go. I'm so hungry, so dehydrated. I'm out of water. I'm a big water guy, big on hydration. My bad. My bad on what? My bad on what? Yo, this camera does me so justice. Happy Halloween. Yes, guys, eat some candy. It's time to dress up. Dude, still humor me, go down the carnivore pipeline. No, I'm not a clown. I'm not going to humor you. I'm going to leave and eat some food. Bye, guys. Have a happy Halloween. Toodly.